Can you tell Jake he sucks? Yeah, no worries. Hey Jake, you suck. From
Thank you.
Raz. With love.
Fuck Raz. He's not gonna jump in here. He's a little bitch. He won't approach this chat. Where is he? Huh?
He's right there.
Yeah? You think because you stay up all night, you think you're better than us? You think you're better than me?
Wait a second. If you guys are beefing and you've both got mod swords, does that mean we get a sword fight of some kind? Is that how...
Raz and I have had many sword fights over the years. Haven't we, old fella?
Hang on a fucking
approaching
second.
30. You fucking old man. Where is he? He'll jump in now. He'll get
you're
up
kind
there.
of throwing that at me as well, you know.
No. Well, you're different. Age doesn't affect you like it does him.
You're just gonna take that, Raz. Also, it does.
Take it lying down.
Dude, I woke up like 6 times last night. I don't know why.
Yeah, excited for this, obviously.
I genuinely think I was like, I think I'm getting stressed out about waking up in time for Nest.
True.
Raz has linked a screenshot. Oh shit, I didn't mean to open it on stream, but...
Joe is built different.
Joe is built different. I know, dude. I don't stick to the meta. I always build different. There is no meta right now, so everyone builds different. Hey. For the casters, for every pause, you guys have a sip of beer. Dude, it is 12 minutes past 8 in the morning. I'm not willing to commit to that.
It's a bit early for him.
I'm willing to smash a few. One of them. Oh, no, it was with you, not with Dagda. I'm just so used to having beer with Dagda.
True.
I get on camera and have beer with Dagda pretty regularly. And Lyric had one in the background, didn't he, as well?
I think, yeah, I made him have one.
Threatened him with your manly biceps. Alright, let's look at the draft then. Maggie's gone for the Graves. I like it. Maggie was absolutely wrecking face on the Graves the other day. BoWen is preparing himself to run it down again. He's with Ornn this time. Ezreal for ZWuJi. I'm kind of curious on the super high priority Ezreal pick. Ezreal has not been contested at all.
Well, you got a Kai'Sa ban, so...
Yeah, but they've kind of put themselves in a weird situation now where they know their opponent's mid laner and they know their opponent's jungler, right?
Mm.
So they want to pick good matchups for mid and jungle here, but they only get to pick a good matchup for one of them. And Ezreal's kind of a whatever pick. I don't think Ezreal was likely to be banned. Even if it is, it's like ZWuJi plays a ton of stuff. It's not the end of the world. But now they're going to be able to get themselves a good matchup, and then the mid lane pool will probably be pinched for Wuming.
Yeah, but
I don't like the Ezreal pick at all.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like the Akali so early, bro. I don't feel like you can pinch that hard. I mean, you just run, like, with a comp like this, you just run something like Syndra mid. Oh, actually, you don't want AP solo, AP jungle. Play Ori, even if you want to double AP. Side note, have you seen the jungle bug? I put it on Twitter last night. Did you see it?
Oh, the Master Yi thing?
The fucking, it's anyway, you smite as you're going back and you just fucking, he one-shot Baron. I was like, okay,
I saw. It's so stupid.
It was so bullshit.
Hang on, link the tweet in the chat for anyone that's not seen, because it's fucking ridiculous.
He was I think a lot of people, it's already been put on Reddit, like, in a different regard, but what a fucking prick.
What a prick.
Well, look.
Who?
I know it's a bug. The guy who did it.
I mean, he might not have known. Or he might have known.
Oh, he did. He did it knowingly. He didn't take his blue when it's there.
Ranked isn't even up, mate. Like, who cares? It's a normal game. Abuse the game while you can. Obviously don't. Like, don't actively abuse bugs, guys, but like, if I discovered that, I would try it out the next game, you know? I wouldn't abuse it regularly, but I'd give it a go.
Well, I'm just annoyed.
All right, so they banned Ash Pantheon and Lucian Alistar. So the mid pool wasn't really pinched at all, aside from Lucian. So I guess they're fine. Wuming goes Alistar. So he could set up Lillia really nicely. In fact, Lillia has decent solo lanes to work with here. You can get priority mid with Galio. Top lane, obviously, Kennen is going to have priority pretty much exclusively, but Ornn is fine to sit at the tower there.
Fuck yeah, dude. Is this Kalista Leona or I actually changed my mind on this comp?
I don't think they'll do Kalista.
Dude, Kalista feels good here. Fuck Senna. Did you Senna?
Senna Leona's a strange combo. Maybe they do Kalista.
Well, I mean, it's just
this
like...
guy's a Draven player. Pick Draven again.
Yeah.
Give me the Draven.
I mean, Draven's bad. This is just like all-in potential. This is fucking great.
Yeah.
This comp goes forward.
It really fucking does. I actually like the Akali pick in this as well.
But I will say, like... Oh, yeah, Thresh. Okay. Nice bit of disengage, actually, from Rogue Warriors.
Yeah, so Rogue Warriors have a much more defensive composition. They don't really have many options in terms of forcing a fight. They have a lot of ways to deal with a fight that's forced on them by Suning. Suning are going to fucking force fights, let me tell you. Wuming's ult will actually be a big deal just because of the change that they did a few patches ago where Galio's ult applies his spell shield to everyone. When Kennen's ulting the whole team and Wuming ults that shield is going to come in massive. Honestly, the Galio pick could be a huge issue for Suning. But I will say, as with all of these games in NEST, I don't anticipate this being down to purely just who has the better comp and who has the better team fights, because it's been so much messier than that.
Yeah.
It's never been that clean across this tournament.
Isn't AHQ going to buy out Rogue Warriors? Is that the close to confirmed one, or is that the rumor one?
I think they're also
Pretty sure
rumors.
that's the close to confirmed. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
I don't know if anything's actually really confirmed at this point.
The rumors are AHQ for Rogue Warriors and J-Team for Easter right now. Which would be interesting, because remember as well that LPL increases its teams by 1 to 2 each year. Last year was 1, and I assume they're going to continue the trend of 1. So I expect 18 teams.
Well, didn't they try to have 18 teams this year and it just didn't work out?
Well, apparently someone tried to buy in, and that's kind of all I'm at liberty to say. Someone tried to buy in, and it didn't go through, so it was 17 instead of 18. That's on the down low.
The DL.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say anything on the down low on stream.
No, it's a ML. Mid-low. Mid-low. I mean, they increase each year. So remember that years ago they said they want to get 20 by 2020. Now, obviously that wasn't done, but still, I'm assuming LPL wants to get to 20 teams. 17 is just weird. 17 actually, like scheduling wise as well, makes it just a little weird.
Yeah. We'll see. The nice thing about having an even number of teams is there's a clear top half and a clear bottom half. Like, I honestly would have really liked 16 teams. Not because I want there to be less games, just because I'm a bit weird, and the fact that the top 8 makes it to playoffs makes it feel nice that you've got exactly half of the league qualifies for playoffs. You know.
Yeah.
A bit strange. We've got shenanigans afoot. Lay's going for this. Wuming's moving in. Oh, Assum is in trouble. See you later. He's done so. BoWen got first blood. Are you fucking kidding me? Just let ZWuJi auto him. Come on, man.
What time code are you at?
Go back
you
to
watching
Maker.
him, who, yeah?
I'm at 103.45.
I'm at 138, bro. What happened?
What? I'm on Huya.
Yeah, so my refresh. Press the refresh button.
Oh, I'm on 147. What the fuck? How is it 40 seconds behind?
I don't know, bro.
154, 5, 6, 7. Where are you at?
At the same time,
Sweet.
we're good. And for some reason, it's stopping and starting. I don't know if that's the stream or not.
Medic, I don't know how to fix it, mate. I'm capturing the whole window. I don't know why. I can see the full thing on my
Does that mean people just
screen.
get off? Oh no, it doesn't work like
I
that.
don't. I honestly can't fix it. It's just capturing the full window. It's the proportions for the capture are 1920 by 1080. I don't know why it's not capturing the entire thing. Yeah, no, I'm well aware. It's been driving me insane for the last few days. But you know, that's life, innit? Why is it lagging so much today? Is yours lagging a bit, Jake?
Yeah, it is. It's the net. It's the
It is the stream then, not mine.
NES2.
God damn it.
I mean, it's like the equivalent of having the Academy.
Academy.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Probably
not.
just like an Academy stream. Yeah.
This is like half OT in LPL and LDL, I would say.
Oh yeah. Oh fucking lay, bro. You ready? Here we go.
Oh shit,
Do you have
Maggie.
death sentence?
Maggie, I don't know about this one, Chief. Oh, he's fine. Never mind. He knows about this one. O's going in.
Lay was like, oh, this is fucking done. All right, Kalista has 2 kills. It doesn't matter what happened early
Mate,
game.
can you stop spoiling it?
Okay, all right. Oh, hang on.
They just start the fight. You're like, this is done. Kalista's got 2 kills. It's like, oh, all right, okay.
This is fucking done.
All right, good stuff. I was totally wrong. Maggie knows it. I know nothing. All hail Maggie. All right. Well, I'm kind of impressed that he just got out of that, but I guess there was no real hard CC coming out from Rogue Warriors. So,
But
all
now I
Gucci.
can say it's done. Dude, Kalista has 2 kills. It's over.
All right, apathetics. Talk to me. What?
Well, Berserker Greaves in this lane is it feels bad for fucking lane ZWuJi. Like, in the pure 2v2, they should not be able to win. Right? Not
yeah,
that
I mean,
really
it's Ezreal
add
anyway,
anything.
so you shouldn't be able to win against Kalista early on, regardless. But you are correct. That having it this early is really rough. It just means that Lei can't do anything. There's basically no way of getting onto Assum. Unless Assum completely fucks it up, there shouldn't be a situation where Lei can flay him unless
Also,
he
you're about to
in.
say BoWen sucks. Just wait.
How are you ahead of me again?
Still ahead. I don't know, but...
To be fair, he was trying to predict the movement from Maggie, so that wasn't that bad. Uh-oh.
But there's no way Maggie.
Lei's here as well. This is 4v4. God damn.
And, like, they keep trying to kill Maggie. Like, they keep trying. This fucking jungler.
Dude, is a fucking... He's a beefy boy. He's like, I'm flashing for this one. This is my kill, motherfuckers. Nobody else flash. He's just like, don't worry, guys, I got this. Maggie has sort of run it, though, in the meantime. Oh, the base rush! No, it's not enough. All right, well, nice messy game to start us off.
You're going to get more.
Oh, I was running it. Oh, he's not running it. He's still there somehow. Why is this so laggy? God damn, this is hard to watch, honestly.
See, it's weird. Did you log in on Huya?
Yeah.
I'm on the Blu-ray 8M and it's fine for me now.
Try changing lines.
Could just be your old PC's having a rough time. I'm at 645, by the way.
Maybe it's my PC.
Yeah, dude, line 7. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, I just did, but it's even worse
stuck.
than it was. All right, I'm gonna swap it to YouTube, mate.
Okay, I'll join you. Where's my nest? I'm a bird and I need my nest. You know, Raz didn't jump in here because he's a little bitch.
Classic.
带着自己的下路双
There
人
we
组
go.
在
All right. So I'm at 7, 18, 19, 20 at the minute.
What was that YouTube recommended, by the way? What did I just see? That pink haired. Is that the person that does ASMR?
It'll be Moist Critical talking about what's her name? Bathwater Girl. Because she came back to YouTube, right? So everyone did a video about it. I started watching Moist Critical videos recently, so I'm getting all of his videos recommended.
Captain, you're about to witness something great. What time are you at? 7:50.
Yeah. I watched. Where'd you get that kill?
Okay. I was gonna say something great, but I'm not sure.
I mean, let's be honest, that was a little in. Build up in, that's it, yeah. I don't know. I seem to have problems with Huya's website because, again, it like what Medic was mentioning earlier, for YouTube, the full screen capture just works. No issues whatsoever. For Huya, the full screen capture doesn't capture the full screen. I haven't changed any of the settings on the screen capture. I've just changed the website we're on. So it is the same, theoretically.
I mean, look, honestly, things don't work as they should sometimes in that area. How do I say this?
I don't know, mate. I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
God.
Yeah, some of the Chinese websites aren't the best. Holy shit, BoWen with the fucking Ornn cover. Oh no. View. You should Assassin, by the way. But you shouldn't get caught by that. Everyone knows the combo. Like,
have you tried new Ornn with new Sunfire Aegis?
No. I'm not gonna lie. When seeing new items, the last thing I thought was, I'm gonna play a tank.
True.
I was like, I want to try Vayne.
Tanks do feel great though. That's my like.
Holy shit!
Played a lot of Malphite.
Dude, Lei and ZWuJi are winning 2v2 here after all of those early kills for Assum. Yeah. ZWuJi is a man. He's flashing forwards for this. He has kind of died for it, but you know, I respect it. Was it slightly in? Yeah, but was it manly? Hell yeah.
There's a lot to question.
Question everything.
Except nothing.
What is it? Nothing is true, everything is permitted.
Yeah, something like that.
What's the Assassin's Creed?
I feel like that was it.
I can't remember. I watched a video about it yesterday. And Ezio went into the first guy's tomb, which was actually a library. And then he talked to Desmond. I was like, what? How can he talk to Desmond? Which I didn't really get any of it because I've not seen. I've only played 1 and 2, so I'm kind of behind the curve on how that all works. But what was the first guy called? Altair.
Altair.
Then Ezreal.
First one was the fucking best. That was a fucking great game.
It was awesome, man. I gave up on him when A, I didn't own a console, but B, they were like churning one out every year. I was like, this is just the same game over and over again.
Yeah. Apparently the new one, the Valhalla one's really good.
Yeah. I've heard Black Flag is meant to be insane as well. Apparently Black Flag is like the best pirate game ever, but just not an Assassin's Creed game at all. Which is what
Okay.
Valhalla looks like to me, honestly. It doesn't look like an Assassin's Creed game.
Three I thought was good. I don't know what the review was on 3.
Don't know, mate.
Oh
Couldn't
God,
it tell
kill,
you?
just kill.
Oh, the ignite.
Yeah,
Woo.
there we go.
Woo. Oh, shit.
But the sleep
Big
actually
taunt.
just wins this. Holy shit.
Holy shit, Wuming just destroyed all of them. Dude, BoWen can't fuck up a combo today. I take it all
Dude.
back. BoWen's the best player in the world.
Forse just fucking like kind of recuperated that though. I think oh no,
Kinda.
here we go. Okay.
Kinda. Oh, God. It's all good, but it doesn't feel AAA. Like, I love the exploration / pillaging, but it has lots of downsides. This Valhalla, it just feels too open to be Assassin's Creed. Like, all of the others are inside an inner city with big buildings and shit to climb and whatever.
And
Whereas
like a
this
lot
one,
of
from what
strategies
I've
needed
seen,
to
doesn't feel
fucking
like
hit
that.
the target, all that kind of shit.
I mean, this was just, we've got 2 teleports, you don't. Which literally is as complex as this fight was. Because look, you got a Kennen still top with heal.
He's got spellbook though, right? I mean, yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
he
but I think
wouldn't
his
have heal.
TP was on cooldown. So he has TP advantage now, so theoretically, he could find an opportunity. Why has Maggie just started Dragon here? Why is there a solo kill bot that we never even got to see?
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay. Well, Suning
Well,
responded
Dragon
well.
is now back. Okay.
Now is the correct call. Because ZWuJi's dead, so whatever. Means they can do it as a service more. What do you mean?
Like a cool service, you know? Like a hand job.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that wasn't what he meant. But I could be
Well,
wrong.
we'll see. We'll get him to elaborate.
I need to turn you up a bit, I think.
Maybe I'm just quiet.
Well, I think you're quieter than usual, but I'm still going to crank you a bit, you know? I want to be deafened when you get into the
Creed
zone.
Red Light District.
Oh, God. Assassin's Creed Amsterdam.
you play as a prostitute, and you got to blend in. You know, the function for blend has never been so different.
A client comes in, but he's a Templar.
We gotta kill
Dilemma. You don't want to blow your cover, but you don't want to serve as a Templar either.
Oh God. Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Sitting on a pile of cash for this one.
Dude, $1 billion idea right there.
Jeez.
Now with VR.
Where does the hidden blade go though? That's the biggest
Oh
question.
no.
Where?
Oh no. Chick with a dick.
Oh dear Lord.
Hang on. Okay, no fight. No mind. Back to Assassin's Creed Amsterdam.
Hidden blades are extendable nipple implants, obviously. Oh God.
Stigmatized sex workers and trans people. Wait, we're just having a light joke. Well, obviously not being serious.
It's okay, you don't dignify it.
Not allowed to talk about
Irrational
anything these
comments with a
days.
response. Oh my God, views just walking into it.
This is actually way closer than I think it's reasonable for it to have been. Considering Suna got a double kill in the bot lane early on. Like, this should not be this close. They should have dominated the bot side of the map. They might be able to get BoWen here. That's a good charge, though. I think Oh, they're just gonna dive in. Okay. I don't know why he waited so long on the ulti there.
Like I said, it feels like it should have been over.
None of them have bought mystic items. They're trolling. True.
Yeah.
What is Ezreal's mystic item these days?
Trinity.
It's not
Trinity
mystic item,
just
is it?
feels. Yeah, it is. Trinity Force
Oh, is it?
Mystic. Yeah, feels real good. And Trinity. I forgot what Trinity's actual mystic was. You get attack speed. Actually, maybe it's up for debate. Maybe it's too early for me to just say it's Trinity. But Trinity still
I mean,
feels great.
it's
You just get a
probably
shitload
Trinity,
of
right?
attack speed that's not super as relevant.
You'd expect, like, after everything, you'd expect it still to just be Trinity Force. It always has been Trinity Force for Ezreal.
Yeah.
Force
I'm
just
just
got
like looking across the
1v1'd by a
board.
Galio. Holy shit. I got out. That's actually kind of impressive to get out of that.
You know,
Oh, no, he didn't get out. Oh my
that's
god.
holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say, Gore Drinker on Aatrox, man, is actually the worst. And I saw the Alawi clip on Reddit. It's actually the worst thing.
Well,
It's
I haven't
just so
seen the
much
clip on
healing.
Reddit, but
It's
Alawi has
150%
always been
health
that.
regen, and then like the active restores health based on who you hit.
From which item? Do you know what
From
items
what?
she had?
Negative. All I know is I've versed Gore Drinker and I've played with Gore Drinker, and it just feels completely insane.
Yeah. Is Sheen still unique?
No.
Could you go
I don't know.
Essence Reaver as well as Triforce? Damn.
I
Maggie
think
gets
you can.
kecked. Couldn't get the steal. Suning have actually hardcore thrown this game, haven't they?
Pretty much.
Nice Force can do something. Oh.
I kind of
Oh.
feel like Maggie just like lures everyone in, and then Stooning just shouldn't fight or like won't fight because they don't. They're not around objective first. Oh my
That was
god!
a very cheeky kill at the end there, but you know, whatever. Still 5 kills, or at least 4, I think it was, and a dragon. The fact that they don't even get the dragon, I don't know why they commit to the fight after the fact when Maggie is very clearly not a part of any of this. I guess at the end of the day, Suning are on a timer, right? They have a Kalista in the team, so they maybe feel like we just got to fight right now. We just got to try and use and abuse power spikes.
Because the later this game goes, feels like the perfect engage is necessary, right? Like you need Kennen ulti, you need Akali flank, and you need like Kalista time on people like the Galio Ornn, Ezreal to overstep, all that kind of shit. Easy to execute is definitely definitely Rogue Warriors comp. And yeah, the 80 carry outscaling. Huh. Kenzie just put up a picture of. Wait, is that Boogie as in the player Boogie? In Korea? I mean, he is. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I'm just questioning things.
I don't know, mate. I know you see a tweet from Kenzie. Oh, yeah.
Joey. What are we going to do with you, mate?
I don't know who that is.
That's you. What are we going to do with you?
What are you going to do with me? What am I going to do with you, mate?
Oh, you don't. Look.
The worm is on the
Look
other
here.
foot.
Look here. You don't need to worry about me.
Oh,
I've been doing this dance with no pants for years. Okay.
Hey, I live without pants.
Oh, tell me more. You're a
Oh, I'm gonna
classic.
sneeze.
Do it in the mic. Ah, not good enough.
I'm back. Did you see Leon was fined 3 months of his salary for abusing the jungle bug?
I did.
Wait, what?
Actually.
3 months?
It's insane. It's actually really insane. They're very harsh on people in the LPL, from what I've understood over the years.
Ranked doesn't even exist right now. Why does it fucking matter?
I
That
guess
is so ridiculous.
it really is.
That is absurd. God, poor Leon. Honestly,
I think he only. From
I'd
what
be
I
looking to
heard, he
leave
only did it
ZWuJi right
once.
now.
Because ZWuJi reported him. And also, I don't think it's a problem with. I don't think it's a purely Vici thing, to be quite honest.
Maybe it's an LPL thing. I don't know. But that is,
It's you're right. It's kind of BS.
dude. It's like I said before. If I'd discovered that bug or just found out about that bug, I'd try it out for a game or two just to fuck around, you know.
Because he tried it once, and he got reported by ZWuJi. It doesn't seem like he was doing it a lot,
Wait, he only did it once.
from what I understand.
Holy shit, View. That was a sickle. Not sick enough, but it looked nice. God damn. Suiting are running it. But we are now actually witnessing what we were talking about in Champ Select. Because this is like Suiting have to run at them, and they have a perfect, Rogue Warriors have a perfect comp for kiting back and answering these plays. Like you have the Ornn to deny people coming in. You've got Wuming, which is infinite CC. Lay as well. And then the Galio, as we said, as soon as the Kennen goes in, spell shield on everyone, suddenly View can't do anything on the Kennen. Also, by the way, Kennen is the only thing that View can play as far as we've seen in the top lane. He's really struggled on everything else. So the fact that they have an answer to this Kennen is a really bad sign for Suiting, and that could mean we end up with a 2-0 here. They got Baron off of that as well, by the way, during the replay.
But I mean, he's a jungler. So it's kind of sad that the person that was a sub jungler at Worlds, you know, and the person that they decided to bring on was never actually played. Well, not that, but you know, isn't actually playing jungle in this tournament. I'm sure people were curious as to what he was actually capable of.
Okay. Suiting, not going to give up without a fight. They're aware that their comp falls off really fucking hard, so they're just going to fight endlessly, I guess. BoWen's pretty low, though. Maybe they could do something. In goes View. Where's the Galio ult? Oh, it's on cooldown still. If they fight often enough, then the cooldowns won't be there. Well, unfortunately, Maggie has lost his D key, so Youdang gets the dragon anyway. Assum's 1 HP. ZWuJi wants this. He's not going to go for it. Holy moly. Look at ZWuJi's score, by the way. And Wuming.
It's pretty done, sir.
Yeah. He's on 3 items. He's got his death stance. He is Omega Large. Oh, that was a perfect
My guess
bait.
is to the question why top esports aren't here. Same reason why JDG aren't here.
Just played
It's
well,
just
didn't they?
coming from Worlds, probably didn't want to commit so soon after, Suning are running a pure LDL comp. You know, one of their world's players, and I assume that JDG and Top Esports didn't want to run their junior team. They didn't think it was worth it. Which is I think it's completely fair. When we're in a new patch, I'm actually surprised. You know, we have so many players who are actually like in the A tier of LPL.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. But I mean, it's the kind of information that we'll never actually know. You know,
I mean, everything we fucking talk about is speculation. To be quite honest, that's life.
Especially like we have to speculate on why the fuck View is here alone. You know.
Yeah. You know, I think he wanted a challenge. It's like, Assum, get your Assum over here.
Oh, slow on Assum. Actually, that could be huge. Nice solar flare. Forse was stopped this whole time, by the way, which is why Suning have to back away so dramatically. Are you doing more of the Minecraft show later? No, it was a one-day show.
I didn't get to tune in. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun, yeah. It was a lot of fun. We did a bingo card where they had to get achievements that were on the card.
Nice.
And then we did a scavenger hunt and a mob hunt. Scavenger hunt, they had to find items, and mob hunt, they had to kill mobs. But they were on the same map for the whole thing. So you could kind of... They didn't know the list of items and mobs, but you could kind of prepare. Like, so if you finished the scavenger hunt early, you had an hour. But if you got all of the items on that in the first 45 minutes, you had 15 minutes to basically just prepare for the mob hunt. So there was a bunch of teams that were just, like, building hundreds of swords and, like, whatever the fuck else. So it was kind of funny to see the different takes.
You want to know something cool I've just realized is if you shield an ally on Karma, you get a stack of tier. I don't know if that's widely known. I don't know if that's actually... I press E. I thought it was only attacking enemies. So...
What?
Well, you know, tier, you get stack of tier and all that kind of shit. I thought you had to actually only attack a champion to get it.
Oh, no. You just cast spells. Which is why you always see Ezreal spamming their spells when they're...
No. You know, tiers change. You can't get it from spamming spells anymore. You have to hit someone.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, though. You're hitting a champion, right, with your E. So, what's the actual text on tier now?
Well, I have to read it on the patch notes. Heals and shields work, yeah. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were in a game. I thought you were playing.
You have to hit YM, but it's in Chinese. That's what's gonna make this fucking patch hard.
I can search it, mate. I can search it. Is it still called Tear of the Goddess?
Send a Q on allies. Okay. It's 400 gold now, and yeah.
Oh shit, hang on. I'll watch the team fight first, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Rogue Warriors have completely dumpstered this game. Triple kill for ZWuJi. Not bad. I honestly think this was Suning's game.
Oh yeah.
If they had not entered some of those early fights, like they had such a big advantage.
I think this is like Assum, how he played out the game was, especially in the early game, like very much his fault.
I think it also comes down to Maggie. Maggie was kind of trolling a bit. He was just like starting objectives for no reason and stuff. But it does go back to what we said in the draft, that like one team has pure hard engage, one team has pure disengage, and has really good answers to the hard engage. So the Rogue Warriors draft actually looking really good. Grants a charge every 8 seconds up to 4 charges, affecting an enemy or ally with an ability causes a charge and grants 3 bonus mana.
Well, there you go.
Increase to 6
did
if
read
it's a
the fine print.
champion, up to a maximum of 450 bonus mana. Wait. Affecting an enemy or ally with an ability consumes a charge and grants 3 bonus mana. Increase to 6 if it's a champion. Meaning that you must still be able to get stacks off of hitting enemy minions, right?
Yeah, you do. But it's obviously doubled against champions.
Right, but you do have to hit the ability, it's the key difference.
Yeah.
But you get more mana if you're hitting champions.
Yeah.
Interesting. God damn. All right, well, that was a game. That was really one-sided. Holy moly.
A lot of these games have been quite sad.
It was even to start with, because Suning were ahead, and then they trolled enough fights in a row that Rogue Warriors won. And I'm kind of being a little facetious there. Like, Rogue Warriors actually played very well to answer what Suning were doing. Like, they responded very well. Considering Suning had the advantage, I mean, you can see it on the screen. They had the advantage for more than half of the game.
It's kind of interesting when, seeing a lot of these rosters going head-to-head and, like, especially watching a roster like Rogue Warriors here, actually an LPL roster, bar for BoWen, because I think BoWen is just so inconsistent. Could just be the tournament, could be him. But a lot of the time, seeing the decision-making difference is a key factor. Like, understanding, I guess, what you can get away with is always nice. Yeah. Rogue Warriors have been, like, always a massively aggressive team. It's kind of nice to see them playing, like, a very strategically structured comp.
Suning better win map 2, otherwise my bet is fucked. Uh-oh. After that performance, I'm not feeling confident for you, mate. Rogue Warriors were pretty clearly the better team in this one. Also, BoWen played really well. I feel like BoWen kind of sucked the other day, but clearly got his shit together. I feel like the top laners across this tournament have been very hit or miss. But it's worth mentioning as well, BoWen's playing against a jungler here. View is not a top laner. View is a jungler, so, there's more to it than meets the eye. God, they missed everything. If they just land that knockup, if OO actually hits the CC there, it's golden. BoWen with the combo. I feel like this fight was where it turned, where Suning really overcommitted to trying to dive onto the bot lane, and there was a double TP answer. What is OO doing here? Yeah, just run, dude. He kept stepping forward like he wanted to go in. It's like, if you go in, you are just going to die. There is...
Him and Maggie baited out a lot of Suning this game.
Oh, that's snipe. ZWuJi actually played really well as well. Because I criticized the Ezreal early pick. But I guess... in hindsight, it makes sense, right? Because they went for the... I mean, you could... No, actually, it doesn't. I take it back. Because you still could have just gone with the Lillia. Even if you go for the Ezreal, you could have gone for a third instead of second. But I guess you knew they were going to play Kennen, right? Because they seemingly can only play Kennen. So I guess you can kind of draft the Ezreal early because you're like, look, they're going to play all in. They have to play all in. So I'm just going to play Ezreal because I know that they're going to play that style. And you can kind of manipulate the draft a little bit because you have such complete information on how View plays. Hey, Jeff, how's it going, mate?
Oh, my name's Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
A mechanical difference between high and low tier individual LPL LCK players overstated. I mean, it depends on the players, but I would say it's less about mechanics as in ability, and it's more about understanding the in-depth matchups, etc. Like,
yeah,
because like when you look at Rookie, obviously he's insane mechanically. Like that goes without saying. But the big thing that sets Rookie apart from everyone else is the fact that he knows every matchup and he can play both sides of every matchup, right? There's no matchup that he's uncomfortable on. What? What are you saying?
Fruit beer. Okay, cheers. Holy shit, Jordan's the one initiating beers.
Sweet.
Oh my god. Thank you.
So I think it's more about knowledge of how to use those mechanics to maximum efficiency as opposed to just pure mechanics, and being able to see the scenarios where you can outplay and can manage to pull something out. So.
I like when people bring up this topic because I think that like in the LPL, I would say more so than something like LCK, where LCK obviously less teams, and I think the mechanical like prowess of like some core players like Faker and all that kind of shit is always talked about. But I think like the difference that you see with top and low tier teams is like how they play out the game, how they understand their game state, and what their win conditions are. Like for example, you see the comp we just saw from like Rogue Warriors, like maybe a team like E-Star wouldn't play it out as cleanly as a team like not IG, as like maybe FPX in their prime, or like a JDG when they're performing at their best as well. And I think there's so many more categories than just like, you know, individual mechanics. But I think it's noticeable that within the top tier teams, those individual mechanics are better. Like the laning state of Rookie this year was the best out of anyone. You know, it was talked about by the LPL team many times. It's like how well Rookie lanes doesn't do justice for the overall performance of IG.
Yeah.
So in that regard, it's quite obvious, but it's such a lengthy discussion.
Yeah. And
because
it's important to say
because of experience, but no, not the defining factor and easily obvious.
I think that there's this conversation is difficult to have in such a wide pool as well. Like you can't just say it top teams versus bottom teams like that, because when talking about this kind of thing, it is player to player.
Yeah.
So, I certainly think if you're comparing a player like Rookie, for example, or Knight, or any of these top mid laners versus mid laners towards the bottom of the table, there is a drastic difference. Like,
oh yeah,
these guys are so good. These guys are unbelievably good. But it depends if you're talking about averages. If you're talking about averages, then I would say that the difference between LDL and LPL is like significant, is noticeable, but it's not like it's not absolutely insane, you know, mechanically speaking. But I mean, it's just like my speculation on it. Yeah, like Jordan would be a better one to answer this question, but that's what I reckon anyway. I'm gonna
work out what Archangel Staff does now.
Huh?
Archangel Staff changed soon. It's scaring me.
Yeah.
Ability power, your total mana. Oh my god, you don't get a shield.
Yeah, that chair's fucking OP, guys. All right, I'm gonna stick some crumpets in the toaster and I'm gonna make myself a coffee. Hey Andy, how's it going?
I'll keep talking. When you got your meeting, sir?
In 30 minutes time. So in like 20 minutes, I'm gonna dip for a bit, guys, and Jake is gonna do a stream takeover.
I'll throw up a camera and you can pretend like I'm the streamer. Holy shit!
I could put you inside the camera or something.
I'll get you so many subs. You'll be so excited. You come back, you got a wealth of money.
Speaking of which, prime check. Okay, right. I'm gonna quickly put some crumpets in the toaster and make a coffee. So I'll be right back.
I haven't had crumpets in years. For anyone in chat, this is my stream now. If you haven't subbed with Prime, that's fine. Twitch.tv/hystericscast. Joe thinks I'm going to be advertising his stream. If you go there, and even while I'm offline, just throw me some money. Maybe I can use it to fire a lawsuit against Airbnb for the shitty internet I have. I'm good, Andy. I'm good. Jordan just handed me a beer. I'm very upset that stream doesn't work. I actually plan to do a lot of fucking streaming, but ha ha ha, jokes on that. And the worst part is I disrupt Jordan's TFT gameplay with Clement Chu. Because if anyone doesn't know, we can't actually play with Clement in Shanghai. Like, it sucks because essentially, like, the ping is too bad. So yeah, I'm in the middle of an ARAM. As soon as that game was kind of called over, I'm ARAMing. So any schedule? No, they can't even get in and do anything because we're in quarantine. We finished quarantine on midnight of the 16th, or midnight of the 17th. So can you not hotspot? Costs so much, dude. China net doesn't really have like roaming or that kind of shit. So because if it does, it costs like, oh man, it costs hundreds, like maybe 50, 60 US a day. You know, I'm happy to do that, but let's be honest, I'm not going to make that money back with streaming. You know, that's not happening, is it? I'm not in China. We're both in Hong Kong. Lyric and I are in Hong Kong. The issue is I can't get back to Australia because if I go to Australia, I'm not sure if I can leave again, and if that jeopardizes, you know, LPL for next year, I really just don't want that at all. So, you know, because I want to cast next year, and it would suck if because I can't get out of Australia, I don't cast. So, you know, sacrifice Christmas for the greater good. Oh god, that's egotistic. Unlimited data on a phone for £60 a month. Holy shit, dude, that sounds great. But yeah, no schedule at the moment. I mean, it's good that Munchables is streaming so much, right? Like that he's doing NEST and he's got so much content coming out. I've admired it this year from him because he's just been like nailing down content and really killing it. So yeah, I had someone I have a friend, Vicarious. If anyone knows the OC stream, Calvin Lee, who used to coach Regicide. There's any OC fans in here? He used to coach like essentially they were a team who spoke in Chinese in their comms. And ZZR, the top laner who debuted in RNG, actually was on that team, known as Paradise. If anyone remembers ZZR, he played like 2 games when they were having trouble with what was his name? Amazing J. And it was before ZWuJi came back to fill in the spot. Is COVID hitting AU hard? I don't know. I'll give you guys a link. If anyone wants to track COVID, I've got a really, really good website. This is a full COVID map. No, Stooning lost because they kept inting. It was Maggie and Owo just like setting up plays, but not actually committing, and essentially baiting in like their fucking mid laner. And View doesn't really do anything either. I think they were just so unproactive for a comp that they had. Yeah, I know, it's a crate, dude. I am the chair. So there's a map there for COVID if anyone wants to track it. And down the bottom it has cumulative cases and active cases. Active's always best. Australia right now in Sydney has like 1,000, but it's not too bad considering that we have 23 million people. You got to feel for like Dagda and like Munchables. Like Munchables is in a country where at the top of the list on the left-hand side, you can see UK has 1.3 million. And even like Dublin for like a 5 million population has 40,000 infected. I'm talking about Normal Island, not North. Hello.
My chair can talk?
Your chair can talk.
Apparently. What am I chair
Brazil's fucked as well. Yeah. Talking about COVID. Just talking about like the situation.
UK is fucked right now? Only kind of. Thing about the UK is we're always great. So we just pretend that we're doing fine and ignore the fact that COVID is fucking everything up.
So, are people going outside? Like, what's the deal?
Yep. People are kind of just ignoring the lockdown. It's insane. You go
Well,
you go to the
leave
shop
the
for
house.
supplies, there's people without masks.
Oh, dude, that is insane. At least in Australia, people are wearing masks. I mean, we had that in Victoria, like one of our states. We had a rally where people were like, masks, blah blah blah, oppression. But the cool thing is about Australians is, we don't care about freedom. If you're doing something dumb, the rest of the population will tell you to go fuck yourself, and they'll get real aggressive about it. And so I feel like, we got to win. I think people went back inside because they realized, we're not America.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be curious to see, not going into politics again, but, curious to see what changes in the US over the next month.
Yeah, I don't know.
If anything. So hard to change like a mentality that's been imbued in them for decades or to centuries. I don't know.
I don't trust those sites. They are controlled by far-left media exaggerating cases. Yeah, fuck it, man. The cases are exaggerated, so why should I give a shit if I personally transfer COVID to someone whose grandparents will get it and then immediately die? Yeah, fuck everyone else, man. Fuck you, dude.
Look,
That's
Yeezy's
the
in my
most
stream a
careless way
bit.
to think about this.
I feel like he's trolling. I feel like Yeezy's trolling a little bit.
You gotta be.
You gotta be, sir. It doesn't matter if this is exaggerated or not. Like, this is a rough estimate, as you should take everything. This is a rough estimate, and whether it's right or not.
It's not left versus right. There's a fucking
It's life
disease.
versus death.
It's not a... This wasn't done by the Democrats, guys. It's a fucking disease. Why? How has this become a political issue? Why does nobody want to deal with this? Like, this isn't about freedom. This isn't about fucking politics. This is literally, we need to manage this shit. Fuck's sake.
It was Hillary. Hillary. She got upset. She didn't get elected, and she's like, "Fuck, I got a 4-year plan." So what I was going to say is there a vaccine? Is there actually a vaccine out? I've heard there's something.
It's not
like a 90%
available
effective
to
one.
the public yet, but
okay,
they're like on the cusp.
That's cool. I mean, we've been pretty like we've been in places where it hasn't been too bad. You and I mean, you're now in somewhere kind of more dangerous, but
I don't think I'm like at threat really.
Yeah.
I will say though, I did that event in London, and I had to get the tube. I had to get a train down there. And I spent basically the whole time like trying to stay as far away from people as possible, and kind of panicking about it a bit.
Yeah.
And for a few days after, when I got back, every time I like coughed a little bit or anything, I was like, "Shit, I've got COVID. It's over." But it was fun. We are what, 2 weeks on now, and I've not had any symptoms really, so I think I'm fine.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, here, like, we've got to set up for a test tomorrow. So we did 2 tests at the airport. We waited 7 hours. And we got given this paper bag that says, like, do another test. And so we got to spit in a tube again and get them to pick it up tomorrow. And then I don't know what the process is, but I'm guessing it'll be 24 hours. And then by then we'll be out of quarantine. So...
Yeah, Leo Dog. You're literally saying the things that bolster my point. You can catch it without ever having symptoms, and then you can pass it on to someone that does have diabetes, or that is old, or that etc. etc. Like, just because you're personally not going to die from it doesn't mean it's not an issue for you to get it. It's not about you, it's about everyone else, you know?
This is what the whole issue is. You know, people are not being...
There's so many people that are just being... Did you see the simulation they did of, like, there was that beach party in Florida? Somebody got a simulation because they could get mobile phone data off of the telecom companies of, like, how many phones get in Bluetooth range of each other. And so they simulated saying like, okay, so let's say 60% of the people at this party got COVID. Over the next 2 weeks, here's how many phones they interact with. Here's how many people they theoretically could come in contact with, and the fucking speed of the spread of the theoretical spread of that. Because obviously it is just simulation, but it was just like it's insane. Sorry, I didn't mean to like go off on you, Leo Dog. I'm just triggered about all of the COVID stuff. I feel very strongly. What you don't realize is it's all politics.
Oh God, no! Don't read it, Joe.
See you later, man.
Don't read it, Joe. Yeezy. Oh my God, you're
I'm not going to ban
trolling
you,
it.
mate. I'm just going to give you a timeout. But like,
You get put in the corner.
I'm done. I'm not
Yeezy.
asked about talking about politics.
Oh my God.
Let's just move on. This is clearly not even just chat. Like, this is clearly triggering me as well. I don't want to talk about it anymore, and I certainly don't want to talk about trade wars and accusations of people starting viruses. That's not a conversation we're going to go into here today. All right, let's talk about League of Legends, because that's why people are here, right? So, no top lane locked in for Suning. Surely Rogue Warriors have to ban Kennen here, right? Surely.
No.
We've seen that View only plays Kennen.
You ban Leona and you pick up... Where's Set? Is he open? No. Oh, fuck. You ban anything that makes his bottom lane strong. You gonna get rid of Leo?
I mean, they could lock in Tom Kench or Braum or something along with this. That's still fine. They have insane scaling right now. What the hell is Suning going to play top? Maybe just Renekton?
Someone put out Jax. I mean, you know,
yeah, Jax.
With this comp, I would throw in a Kale. I would, look, just fuck it. Throw in the Kale, bro. You've got it's solid AD damage. You bring up, like, what's a tank bot? I mean, you could run Braum, but I actually don't think it's probably the best lane. But Braum against this comp feels quite nice, actually. Holy shit, are we going to get Wuming's Taliyah? Oh my God, thank God.
Holy shit.
Dude, Wuming is, for anyone who doesn't know, he's like a Pantheon Taliyah player, and he's, I think he played it once in LPL Summer.
I just want to, I do just want to say, it's exciting that we get a Taliyah, but it is kind of in that we have a Lillia with an AP mid and essentially an AP top. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Okay. Kale. Give me Kale. Kale or actually Camille?
Orianna
I think
top
Camille here would be okay. Oh, he's hovering.
Can View play Camille? That's the question.
That is true.
It's not about the pick for me. There's plenty of top lane available. What can
this
View
is going to be
play?
Assum Maggie carry comp. Okay. Shen.
And Forse, he's got Orianna. All right. So they're against Nautilus and Aphelios. You just want to go aggressive if you can.
The Taliyah doesn't really make sense here for me. You're right. The Taliyah is just kind of the odd one out.
I would have think what they could have locked in instead, right? Because
I mean, something like LeBlanc. I would have LeBlanced into this actually. Oh no, that's so troll. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Orianna's pretty reasonable into LeBlanc. I have no idea how Taliyah. I'm not going to pretend to be some kind of Taliyah expert, honestly. So I guess we'll find out.
Oh, Cassidy would have made sense actually. I don't know. Yeah. It's just like a comp that, again, they're just building off of like Ornn Lillia. And now you've got the Alistar in there with a constant DPS mage that isn't Taliyah, who like kind of falls off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
You want DPS, you don't want a burst mage. Dude, fucking put the Rise in there. Screw his laning phase. You're against Ori. Take it.
Right.
Syndra would have been better. That's right.
We're getting to the point where I'm going to have to go for this call in 15 minutes. So, just as a heads up, in 5 minutes,
want a camera?
I'm going to zip.
Do you want? Hang
Yeah.
on.
So let's
put me in a chair somewhere.
So I'm going to do it on the in-game scene. I don't think I'll be long enough that I'll miss an entire game and the next draft, realistically.
It's okay. Oh, look, I'll cover for you. I'm going to make sure we're getting primes, okay?
Drop your cheeky camera in this squad.
Yeah, I'm just throwing some studio lights on so I get a horrible back shadow. Hang on. Lyric, are you on stream? Yes.
Epic. Just put googly eyes on the chair. True.
How do I show my camera?
You click underneath voice connected. There's a video button.
Oh, there is. Hang on.
Who would you say won draft? Honestly, probably Suning. But I don't really understand the draft that much from Rogue Warriors. I really don't get the Taliyah pick. And I don't like that you have so much AP across this team. Your only AD threat is Ezreal. And Ezreal is not much of an AD threat, especially in the early game.
Move myself here, bro. I've given you a camera.
Not good for 2v2s and things.
And a shitty bamboo vase.
How do I... Aha! Pop out.
Get the shadow.
Click on this. Give us a second. Uno momento, por favor.
I'm going to get chat drunk.
Let's go.
You going? Everyone crack your beers. What time is it there? Well, I'll wear a watch so you can tell. It's 5 p.m. It's time for a beer. I've got great beer. We've got a lot of alcohol to drink, a lot of noodles to eat. Cheers. I'll cheers when I'm on screen.
Nearly. Hang on. Where did... Hang on. My fucking... Okay, I see.
10 a.m.
I thought I
Jake,
just accidentally deleted part of the scene. I hadn't. It went in a folder.
Why? Yeah, why is your stream lagging so much?
Is it?
A little bit.
Oh, I think it's the YouTube. It's lagging.
Ha! Listening to you all already makes me dizzy. Fuck you, Raz. Fuck you. You gonna get in here? Because I'll solo it. I'll talk this. I'll talk this stream. I'll do it. I'll talk it through. Yeah, fuck. You guys don't get minimap either. You don't get minimap. You got to make it smaller, Joe.
Cropping it, mate.
I'm cutting the minimap. Crop me. I can't. Raz can't. He's got a woman over. I'll tell you a story about Raz while we're waiting for the crop. Raz is such a ladies' man. Every night I would walk home and I'd see Raz with a woman under his arm. Every night. And there was no way that he'd ever spend time with me. Always.
Oh.
Always with a woman.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Can we get a big aw for Jake in chat?
Why do I get an aw?
Because you're feeling sorry for yourself.
Nah, look. It's literally a lie. And he never goes against it. Look. Why do I get the awe? Why am I the sad?
You never made time for me. I just wanted a friend.
I was upset. I was very upset.
Okay, I'm gonna dip. Good luck, Jake. Godspeed.
As long as your stream's not laggy. Why is it laggy? You gotta fix it.
Because we just booted up a Discord live stream as well, and I'm on a laptop, so...
Okay, so we're going to work with this, are we? We have to work with this. You guys are funny. You're funny.
Everything else I have is closed.
Okay.
It is in slow-mo right now.
Yeah, it is in slow-mo indeed, is it? Hey, do you want me to share
We might not be able to
do
Discord? The Discord live stream. Or, yeah, maybe... If you... Try screen sharing it, maybe? That might be even worse.
Is that going to be worse?
I'm not sure my laptop can handle the Discord video pull and the Chrome pull at the same time.
That's all right. How about I'll remove camera? Let me turn off camera, so take that away. And see if we go back to normal.
It's fine again. Okay, I'm just going to turn my camera off.
Yeah, that's all good, brother. I get to turn my lights off and they don't blare me in the face.
Rip fucking laptop life. I'm just going to put your name on the thing because you're casting. There you go. I'll just put you in the...
Sick. You go do your thing. I'll manage the kids. I'll take care of the kids.
Thanks, Dad.
All right. Who's got pants on?
All right. I'm going to mute. I'm going to go do this meeting. I'll be back in I'd imagine half an hour or something.
Sounds good. All right. It's just me and chat. You stuck with me. Oh, yeah. You know how many bad things I'm going to say? Let's talk politics straight away. Let's talk politics. Let's start. First things first, I have a couple of rules. Rule number 1. Don't fuck with me. Don't say bad shit to me. Okay? Rule number 2. Anything Raz related is wrong. As engage in the bottom lane here. Oh, I actually see the Nautilus going down. There's ZWuJi getting first blood or fourth blood. I've missed a lot of this game, as you can see. Now, I would dive this again because Asylum or Assum doesn't actually have any sums here. And I don't think Maggie stops this. 4 versus 2. Ori's not here in time either. Level 6 with Shockwave uses dissonance, as you can see in the corner, but walks over a ward. So here's Wuming with the seismic shove, but doesn't connect as Maggie comes over. This is a great counter gank here, ladies and gentlemen, as Wuming flashes away, gets burned out, and View comes in with Flash Shadow Dash. Now for Forse in on the wing as well. This is a guaranteed kill, and Sooning reading Rogue Warriors like a book. What do we think? What do we think about the casting? Am I too loud? Do I need to change mics? Let's go. Let's cast this, bro. This is going to be my practice. Lyric, you want to come cast? I think he's playing with Clement. I like your haircut when your camera's on. Thank you. You are hateful. So, here's my advice for that. Everything relied on Wuming getting seismic shove. Assum sidestepped, and Rogue Warriors were too deep. This is guaranteed dragon, but I actually think Maggie has to flash. Oh, no, he has quick draw. My bad. What are we heading towards? Okay, so it's a mountain or an ocean solars. There's a Weaver's Wall. But Force just kind of walks out of that one. And already this Taliyah pick kind of doing less and less as the minutes go on, right? I was recently in Wisconsin. Look, Yeezy, look, you can speculate, bro. But let's keep the politics out of the chat. All right? Let's crack a bag. You're crazy. You guys want a better mic? Maybe I should give you a better mic here. Hang on. Let's give you a... How's this? How we looking now? It should be a lot nicer. All right, True Shot Barrage down to the bottom lane. Owo's getting low, but he's still going forward. Ignites onto him as well. Dredgeline doesn't connect with a nice sidestep. Then flash from ZWuJi as the heal for the speed up means that ZWuJi is guaranteed collateral damage for the finisher. And once again, Maggie to the rescue. Owo surviving as well is a big deal. Almost died to minions on the way back, I believe, but will get himself out of there. And suddenly, guys, when we're looking at the comps, we see the Shen, we see the Graves. We're looking at an Aphelios who's already got BF Sword and can absorb this full wave. I think you're in some dead doo-doo. If you're Rogue Warriors right now, we're all united in our dog shit tier. Pro play, yeah, that's all right. What does Vashcox mean? That's too much. What do you mean, bro? What's too much? Add you on Tinder? I'm not on Tinder. I was going to say I'm a married man. I'm not. I'm committed. It's Vashcox. Yep. Can we get some yeps in chat for Vashcox, please? All right, it's a Rift Herald play. We're going to fight again because it's LPL with the Shockwave. Oh my lord. Just call this fight over now. Unless Ornn gets a Searing charge. He flashes on in. BoWen gets a 3-man knock-up as well. Maybe he saved it, but ZWuJi's not committing here. I don't know why the play's made then when the rest of your team goes down. It's Force who gets the MVP of that fight. That Shockwave was sick. And Vashcox is in the chat. Let's get an action replay chat. What do we reckon? Shockwave decides it. And at that point, as Rogue Warriors, you just need to leave. Like, BoWen's engage was sick, but I mean, at that point, like, trading that extra kill just means 3. Do you on Grinder? Oh, that's it. Now we're talking.
That's not the same. Top 8 friends list. I didn't know Grindr had a friends list. I didn't know Grindr had a friends list. What do we think? I think Rogue Warriors have just into 2 fights and like running Taliyah. Because I'm not sure what I think about scaling. I feel like the scaling advantage is for Suning. Like setting up 5v5s looks a lot easier. But I also think it depends on wall placement, and it also depends on like, because who needs setup first? Setup's very important in front of neutrals. And I don't think Rogue Warriors particularly need setup. I think them engaging on their own terms is more important. Only to be ignored. Vash Cox, I don't ignore you, bro. Why are we Sag? Face your demons! I will. But this is a 203 Aphelios, and as we all know, Assum's got it going on. Where's Drake? Where's Drake Timer? Raz would say it's Drake time, but I can't pull him in here. Listen to Raz, listen to Raz, listen to Raz, listen to Raz, listen to Raz. You just said Sag. Raz, I can't read everything. I'm ignoring you. I am. Because you said I'm on Grindr. Do I watch any big streamers? I watch Midbeast. I don't know. I watch a bit of Markiplier and shit. God, the Shen damage is decent, isn't it? Herald top. Let's go. Swing the momentum. This dive comes through. Wuming. Okay, sleep is free seismic shove. Nice, boys. All right. Rogue Warriors need to pace this game. They need to push the tempo for sure. First turret, then shove. There's no trade across the map. It's overkill, but you know. Look. Upcoming streamer. You watch Jacob Wolf? Dude. I'm here to tell you, I am Jacob Wolf. I am Jacob Wolf. But this stays between us. You guys want to hear a secret just for stream? And this is in the hope that you sub. I want to do LPL next year. But don't tell anyone, okay? I'm hoping to make it year number 3. Can you believe that? Oh, shit. Oh, my God, guys. Wow. Holy shit. Just don't tell anyone, all right? Don't tell anyone. I want to come back. I want to come back. I think Suning leave this. I don't think Suning fight this. Even with the leads they have. Or you can try and steal. Fair enough. Okay. Assum just like went too deep and now he's just dead. And Rogue Warriors, I don't think you weave his wall. I think you let Suning come into you because if you just peel back, you've already won the fight. Oh, Wuming died, that's why. Okay. Wait. He got Dragon? Oh, no, that was first one. Okay, good from OO. ZWuJi has flash. Just flash out of there. Depth charge. Here we go. The one-man sleep only from Youdang while they sacrifice the 80 carry's life. Turning for Maggie's the big brain play, but they don't get him. And now View with the Shen damage is looking for the Alistar. Finds the double and the taunt to follow through as well as the Lillia is just trying to swirl around. But this fight's done. Rogue Warriors get caught out overstepping. It's a quadra kill for a fucking Shen. And this one's just thrown in the bin. Go to game 3. Oh my God. Oh, wait. Pentakill? No, we're out of seconds. ZWuJi's back alive and so is Lay. So let's get an action replay as Raz goes through this. Yeah. That's all I've got of Raz's charisma. Oh, Rogue Warriors overstep for Maggie. Hysterics fan club, welcome. Metallion followed as well. Let's go. All right, dude. I wasn't confident in Rogue Warriors scaling before. And now I'm like, now I know you don't get past this Shen, dude. This is a 5-1-2 Shen. View, who knew you could play a champion like Shen and do well top? Also, that's a low health bar. Observer, wake up. Let's go. as Lei kind of ints again and Wuming trades off his life. That's another double for View. They're actually just feeding the fucking jungle top laner. Oh my god. And Forse got another kill as well. Okay, Rogue Warriors throwing this in the bin chat. What's going on with your day? What's happening? A Sunfire versus 4 AP. That's a great question, Raz. Gets a double taunt in this play and kind of just set up for success. He didn't even ult. He was just there. He didn't TP. He was just there. And now he's proxying the bot wave because there's nothing BoWen can do. And you're right. Why is he going Sunfire? Is it to clear the wave? I don't know. I actually don't know. For the Ezreal auto attacks. Just playing RuneScape. Sick. We only got positivity in this chat, by the way. Only positivity. I don't care what you're all doing. Only positivity. Sorry, we just had to have a quick pause. All right. Topside gank setup from Suning. Right now, they don't have to be proactive, but honestly, like, why not? You've got such a lead. They can just take this game by storm. Maggie stops the back on Wuming. And here we go, guys. Straight away. Pillars out, misses, and yeah. I mean, this Taliyah is not really doing much damage at this point anyway. So, waste of gold that goes nowhere. Yeah, no, I was being sarcastic. I agree with your point completely. There you go. There's the view swing. There's the view swing, chat. How do we feel about that? As Suning on the bottom side now. Going to be using OO. Flashes away. Doesn't dodge Lillia. I'm not sure about that. Depth charge, though, slows the pace as Ignite was put down as well by Rogue Warriors. And Assum here to save the day. Rogue Warriors trying really hard to make a play, but they can't do it in time. So down the toilet they go as another turret goes down to Maggie up in the top side. Level 11 versus level 10 on this Graves. We got level differences across the board, chat. It's 12 versus 10 in the mid lane. It's 11 versus 10 at the top lane. And 7-1 and 2, he's now going Spectre's Cal. The Bammy Syndra seems just was for wave clear and the health advantage. And I don't know if anyone's noticed, but Sunfire Aegis in the new patch feels pretty busted. What do we reckon? Dude, I miss Athene's, but I'm the Karma player, right? I fucking played so much Karma. It's like my most played champion. I haven't looked at like Karma builds. All I know is I've played a couple of games with Luden's Karma, in mid. And I mean the burst potential feels great. But that was like going full carry Karma. I haven't played much support. I've played quite a bit of Malphite with Sunfire Aegis and Iceborne. And I have to say, Iceborne is fun, but Sunfire Aegis, just especially when you're hitting neutrals. Dude, the damage you do to neutrals with two Sunfires, like a Sunfire jungle and a Sunfire top, it's just quicker than a fucking 80 carry on 2 items. And the jungler. Like, double Sunfire is so quick. She has 1 item. Dude, what do Anivia players do? I was thinking about that the other day, and I think there was a Reddit post, actually. What do Anivia players do? You do tier and what? Do you do Leandries? Do you do Ludens? Malphite's base damages are way too high. Yes. Yes, they are. Yeah, do you play Anivia in this patch? Feels fucked, right? Also, if anyone tuning in, I'm taking over Munchables stream. We're doing a bit of cast because I'm just kind of practicing while I'm here. Making use of my time. Yeah, the tick damage is OP, and the max stacks is just the 3-second burn is just fucking amazing. Yeah, if anyone's tuning in, Munchables has a bit of a meeting, and so I'm taking over the stream for a little bit. So, yeah, you can't see me because it lags his computer. But apart from that, welcome. If anyone has any primes, show your support. Give him money. You'll also be giving me money. And then if Raz ever returns to Shanghai, we'll take him out for a nice dinner. So essentially, anyone who's subbing or donating here today is paying for Raz's next burger at Beef and Liberty. If you don't know what Beef and Liberty is, have a fucking Google search. It's amazing. Good burgers. Good burgers. A moo with Conqueror? Is it a moo with Conqueror and then does he do what does he do? If you sub, I go back to the LPL. Holy shit. Can people sub? Oh my god, I need Raz. Oh my god. Dude. Imagine how OP our casting team would be. We'd have 7 of us then. We get fucking... Look at our color casting team. Oh my god. Oh, is it Chem Tank? Okay. Sunfire Demon... Beef and Liberty is banger. Miracle gets it. Miracle gets it. All right, so the game slowed down massively, but Suning, just look at the gold expand. They're just taking everything. They have full control of the map. This one's going to a game 3. I know there's betters out there. I don't encourage it, but look, I'm just going to say right now, you've won if you bet on Suning. Is even 2 versus 5. They can't kill Owo. Takes everything. Call the Forge God. Misses on Maggie. There's an Aphelios ult. That was kind of suboptimal. Good dodge. Lay sitting on a ward. And I would say right now that pick's like as good as Rogue Warriors are going to get it, but it doesn't net anything. Like, death timers are not long enough, and we're at 20 minutes in the game where you're not going to be able to rush a Baron. Even though with this comp, it's actually not the worst case scenario. Oh, yeah, dude. Triforce is probably better. Oh, yeah. Are you speaking sarcastically or lay? I wonder if he shot... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, here we go. Quick draw, 1 for 1. Youdang has flashed away. Is Suning having them against the wall. Perfect for this comp. And there ain't no sleep here. Collateral damage kind of misused, but that's fine. ZWuJi over the wall saves it just a little bit, but that doesn't mean BoWen ain't going down. A double kill for the Graves, who was already dead. 3 versus 1. ZWuJi's still here, and honestly, if he sticks around, he's going to die. So, Baron time with this team? I think so. Rogue Warriors almost made Suning throw hard enough, but unfortunately, View is unkillable at this point. He actually upgraded Sunfire. Oh my god, I'm a little tilted. A little tilted. Okay, there's TP, and remember, Maggie's up in 5, but ZWuJi just poking over the wall. Turret feels good here. As blocking the Baron means it's going to go down, and oh my god, ZWuJi found the angle, but it goes down to Forse in the end. So, we're right. If I were on cast, you would never call a game this early. Of course not. Why the fuck would I call a game this early? Dude, I'd never be casting something like this either. If an LPL game was like this, I'd be laughing. Of course I wouldn't. But Yeezy, bro. You know, this ain't a cast. I'm using this opportunity to my advantage. This is a great fucking time to be alive. This is good practice for me, you know? Read my last message. Imagine calling another man Owo and you call yourself a professional. He's called Owo. Raz. No, they're not. Dude, LPL games are filled with, like, maybe individual outplay of oneself, but it's not this quality. It's more so testing the limit than testing one's brain cells. I completely disagree. Like, some may be sure, but all the time, no way, bro. His sister Uwu. Yeah. All right, here we go. Suning might be called out. That's a one-man shockwave, but Forse survives. There's no damage can get through. This is a problem with Wuming. I mean, he has line damage. I don't even know what you call that, Raz, so I'm not sure if that's right. But Maggie's in once again against the turret. Collateral damage still available. Remember, is Shen. View is Big Daddy. And Big Daddy says woof as Youdang going to get gravitamed here. Luckily, he gets through the gate in time. This gives Suning a free push with Baron. They got 2 members down. They got low health bars. This is at the very least an inhibitor. Considering there's no minion wave, Suning going to have to back off and most likely set up for Ocean Soul, which I assume is in 2-3 minutes. Raz hates anime. No, he doesn't. He watches it all the time. He just doesn't tell me about it. He just doesn't tell me about it at all. There needs to be a player named Oni-chan so we can cast them. Do you remember when I spoke Japanese on broadcast towards the end of last year? That was something. That was something. I'm going to retweet Munchables. I'm going to retweet Munchables. All right, so I'm going to tell you one thing, chat. This game is done. It was done for a while. We've been looking at this game for an extra 10 minutes longer than necessary. You never get through this front line, and oh my dear lord, is View building a fucking Nash's tooth, or is that a Trinity Force? I mean, Wuming's missed a lot of W's this game. I'm sorry, I wasn't surprised. Is that going to be a Nash's tooth or a Trinity Force? Let's find out. View is a madman, and it's good to see him having a good game. Just remember, for anyone tuning in who's interested about this Suning lineup, everyone is an LDL player. Owo and View were the subs for Worlds. View is a jungler. He is not a top laner, so I don't expect anything from him, and he's got a pretty good excuse. And remember, we're playing on like the last patch before the change in items, so... The purpose of NEST is just like, call it like a scrim league. Call it like an off-season tournament that tests the value of players. I think performing well in these tournaments is an insight into like who teams are going to be looking to run and like what we'll actually see. Although that's not ever the case. Okay, they've hit Aphelios. Okay, sleep. It's sleep time. Aphelios gets ulti. He's in a bad position. View tries to help him though, but he's taken down. Rogueroys have the advantage, but it's a 2-man shockwave here right in the mid lane, and immediately suiting turn it back around themselves. ZWuJi's still so tanky, and the damage following through from ZWuJi. Look, he's trying to carry this fight, so he will find one, but not the other onto Maggie, as now turns his attention to View, who is 1v2ing this one, and sends Wuming off to the right-hand side. Suning have lost a fight, and somehow Rogue Warriors want to continue this forward with a Weaver's Wall across the mid lane, and View now still in plain sight. He's healing up quite a lot, but this damage onto ZWuJi, who stepped too far forward, is going to be brunt and swift. Youdang in there as well, dashing around. The offspring of Hecarim and Lillia will try and get some damage. There's a 3-man knockup from BoWen, and Youdang still dies. Unfortunately, there's not enough damage here, and Wuming's out of mana, while Maggie flashes away and dodges away here from the Q, but the searing charge. Maggie is kind of shit. Oh my god. I've learned that Maggie is just not that great. It's just for money, essentially for money. Oh whoa, what's this? Raz, I hate you. It's pronounced Wyoming. Easy to stop trolling me, bro, dude. Maggie is kind of average. Let's be honest. You guys have been watching this for a couple of games now. He's kind of average. Like, Raz, girlfriend said you're being an ass. Look, he's just trolling. But I find that funny. Oh, God. Raz, you're being an ass. You need to meet Raz. If you met Raz, I actually think you two would get along so well. It'd be fucking great. You just... Oh, God. Get me out. Bring back the Duolingo. Okay, here we got a fight. That 3-man shockwave kind of ruined Rogue Warriors' chances because they're starting to win fights. And in fact, actually, the Ornn's doing quite a lot here as well as Assum gets taken down there in a choke. That's not the place to be with BoWen walking away with a searing charge once again, but he will still die with Maggie on his tail. And finally, going to do something constructive as another double kill goes over, and the TP from View into the base is going to cut off late. This fight ain't over, baby, because now, what's his name? The Alistar is just going to get chunked out. I'm not sure what his item placement is, but Lay doesn't have a flash to get away. Shadow dash over the wall, misses the flash. Yeah, thumbs up, because that was kind of shocking as the burn takes him down, and View was smurfing this game. We are done, though. Bring the items back up. I want to see what he built. What did he build? Did View go Nashes? Bring the... Oh, my God. They don't have a minion wave. They're backing away. Okay, we're going to see what he built. Which member of Rogue Warriors would AHQ retain? I'd say ZWuJi. ZWuJi's worth. All right, well, they got Inhibitor, but View died for it. And the game goes on. He has a Trinity Force. Holy fuck, he's strong. Do you give up Soul for this? Wait, no you don't. Wait, okay, yes you do. Good dodge away. ZWuJi is the pure source. Like, Wuming's getting picks, but ZWuJi is how they win this game. If Suning keep running into chokes with a fucking Lillia and Taliyah, Suning deserve to lose. This is sole point. Assum over the wall. Maggie's not ready to steal. Forget the Raptor, Assum. Forget the Raptor. And try and steal. He didn't have smite. Okay, fair enough. As Forse is trying to bring them into a choke. And they deny soul. The game goes on. Remember, Ornn items are coming out and you've just given one over to ZWuJi. And while I think there's no way Suning should lose this with the comp they have, I honestly think if Suning keep channeling into a choke against the Rogue Warriors comp, Rogue Warriors can win this easy, even with a 10k gold discrepancy. But at least Baron going down here is not going to be contested. Chat view. Oh, well, it's kind of bad. Again, I'm not sure if... Oh, Maggie has DC'd. Okay, are we ignoring that? I guess he's back. I guess he's back. Maggie is DC'd. He wants to make it difficult. Maggie's the problem, so they said leave the game so he could win. He was useless anyways. We'll talk rosters after this. Munchables might be back anyway. Also, View has 15k gold. View has 16,000 gold, sorry. All right, chat, are we ready? We're going top side here with the Baron buff. Makes sense. View's in the bottom side, meanwhile. Doesn't have TP or Stand United. So View's plan is to push the side waves and meet up with the bottom inhibitor while Suning stay top. I don't think backing is what they really mean to do, but they're on a ward. So they want to pull Rogue Warriors in. They want to give View like a really quick shove. Mid wave is pushing in as well. So I'm going to put my color casting hat on for a second, and I'm really shocking, so feel free to correct me. This is nice wave management. Look at everything stacking up. All three waves are coming in at the same time. They are going to get top inhib or bottom inhibitor turret. One of them is guaranteed. Because View can dive, and he'll take this quick look. So Rogue Warriors have to pick a side, and they do. Weaver's wall's up and available. Here comes Call the Forge God, only under the support, while the meanwhile on the backside lays in there with the flank, but he's just getting bursted down. But a three-man searing charge from Rogue Warriors might have actually turned the play. Now the Ornn still taking the damage, but that's great. That's what you want as we go in for a three-man sleep. Actually, sleep was already used, so I don't know what I'm saying is Youdang is in there as well. Weaver's wall finally used. On the wrong side is Maggie, though, and he can't re-engage. Wuming just wants that one last beat of poke, while View is going to sacrifice his life. He came in so late. He didn't end up pushing for the base. He got the inhibitor turret, but now Rogue Warriors hold on. Suning have just walked into their loving arms again. Their coordination in team fights has been shit. Oh my god. Look, Nexus turret goes down, but props to BoWen, who can apparently play Ornn by pressing E. What was Sleep? How did Sleep not go off? Doesn't matter anyway. View comes in. So View came in for the fight instead. Instead of trying to push for the end, which I think was the better call, he tries to save the fight. Oh, God. Oh, God. Little man, how are you, man? Okay, we got to ban Nexus. Now. Shen. He hasn't placed a ward before he backed away. Almost has ult up and available. Everything's pretty much up and available. The flash for the multi-man sleep for Youdang isn't, though. That's kind of important. What do we got? Where's Sol? We don't have any timers. Remember, NEC hasn't had timers, so instead of Ludens. Yeah, I think you just need the upgrade. But BoWen's only level 15. He actually doesn't have the upgrade. Has he done support? Oh, no, he has one. No, he doesn't. 17's the max level, right? Would you call it a bareback Nexus? Raz, I would. I would. All right, View's coming in. He's getting flanked. So this is like applying the pressure for the inhibitor. This is great. But Suning need to make the move at the same time. They need to come through mid. ZWuJi has just used his Arcane Shift into View. And I'm surprised View didn't try and take him on. But with Wuming there, they don't want to risk it. Now here comes a flank from Rogue Warriors. That's a good call. The forward god. And they've got a seismic shove on Assum. He's dead. It's a 4 versus 5 with sleep already obtained. View's getting bursted down. He doesn't have as many tanky stats as he thought. As Youdang's going to get this. You know he is. You know he is. You know he is. You know he is. One more orb necessary as the Weaver's Wall cuts him off. But they turn on to Wuming. He flashes away, but he's ignited down. He's going to tick down. But he survives. One more hit from Owo. Can't be obtained. While Youdang's flashing on forward. Forse is going to die as well. Forse 7 Motorsport is not really with the speed these days. As Rogue Warriors have watched Suning throw it in the bin. It's in the fucking bin because Suning do not know what they're doing. Here comes the TP in top. You can see the pings down. Look at the minions. TP from View in 30 seconds. Forse is up in 35. But is this game just going to be over? Look at the pushing power. Look at the Ornn. Look at the minion wave. It's going down pretty fast. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have a base race? Do we have a base race? Can I get a base race? Assum's up in 1 second, and Aphelios is not 200 years. He's about 195 now. As he has ultimate Ret available, but he doesn't have it with the crescendo, not just yet. Sits up with the first one, the second one under turret. Rogue Warriors are over pushing once again. It's 2 already dead. Youdang's dead as well. It's 500 years again. As Assum gets a triple kill, and immediately they have to back off and TP in the base. I told you this was going to happen. We have double TP because Forse is up in 3 seconds. Suning are trying to stop the ports. Well, look, Observer, pay attention. Observer, look at the fucking base, sir. As Suning take us to a game 3 because our Observer needs to fucking wake up. Jesus Christ. And that's a game 3. Rogue Warriors, isn't it funny? Because Rogue Warriors tried that against IG, and I'm pretty sure they got aced by an Aphelios. That was just horrible. Oh my god. I knew Aphelios was going to do it. A big thanks, bro. I'm so rusty. I haven't fucking casted in a while. I'm forgetting ability names and everything, but this is a lot of fun. We're going to game 3. We're going to game 3. Dude, Rogue Warriors, I don't know. The organization just always in one of these positions. Always in one of these positions. Oh, God. Hey, that was a lot of fucking fun. Munchables will be back for the next game for sure. But if anyone wants to throw down any support, any primes or any that kind of shit, go nuts. It's always appreciated by him. He's doing a great job and he's fucking nailing it with these co-streams, bro. The caster swap sides? No. But normally, I know what you guys are thinking. Each day it's been the male caster on the left and the female caster on the right. So I guess they just changed it up. But yeah, props to anyone who's been following, who's been subbing. Munchables appreciates all the follows, of course. The dude is close to being partnered. Let's go. This is the starting Rogue Warriors lineup, bar BoWen. I don't know what BoWen's deal is. And remember that it was Wuming or Ruby. But remember top lane was Crazy or Holder. And Youdang only came in like towards the end of the split because before it was Haro. But yeah, appreciate all the subs, guys. Keep them coming. Give him a nice surprise when he comes back. And yeah, maybe I should advertise my stream. Maybe I should be like, hey, have you heard of Hysterics Cast? He can't stream in Hong Kong because his Airbnb is dog shit. Very upset. What was the craziest games you've ever seen? Probably most of them with Raz. I mean, 2019 spring when I started casting LPL was actually some of the most insane gameplay individually. I guess craziest game would be we had a lot of base races in 2019 as well. Ones where I lost my voice consistently. 2019 Spring Finals, even though it was a 3-0, was just like insane outplays by IG. IG at their peak. FPX LNG game, loosely. But do you remember some of the insane games is like the Shy plays, the Sion versus SMLZ's Ezreal was just insane. And then the, what was the other one? It was him on Silas top and Rookie was on Syndra and the two of them just played like to perfection and the Shy didn't die. And it just like broke me. Is the FPX LNG game the one with fucking LNG's 80 carry not hitting the Nexus? If you guys want to trip down memory lane, my recommendation is fucking go to LPL top clips of all time and enjoy the hell out of that. That's the best thing about this league. There's so many sick plays. There are so many good individual outplays and so many exciting moments. My favorite is my favorite final of all time was 2018 summer RNG versus IG, and it was Dom, Raz, and was it Frost casting that one? Raz, who was doing that? Because I remember it went to a game 5 and it was just fucking insane. And my favorite part about it is I think it's one of the best play-by-play calls of all time. Dom Roma had this amazing like final call that was just insane. You know, like the narrative and everything. Frosk, yeah. There's the three of you. And that's worth a look. If anyone wants like highlights, twitch.tv/LPL, look at all-time clips. One of them is Raz dancing. And it feels amazing. But yeah. Thanks everyone for coming in again. Munchables is going to be streaming throughout. I'll probably duck in and out after this series. It's 6 p.m. where I am here in Hong Kong, and I have to eat something. I'm drinking beer on an empty stomach. When you haven't casted for a while as well, your voice really hurts. Wait, View gets MVP. Of course he does. Is it the one of him in the suit? It's the Dodo Sin. It's Raz dancing for Game 5 in 2017. Keep hydrated. Oh my god. Can we get some hydrations? Every hydration, I'll have a swig of beer. We get enough, I'll just smash it. I'll smash the beer. Every sub, I'll smash half a beer. Oh my god, let's go. Let's go! First swig. Second... Oh, shit. Third swig. Is this TOS? Probably. But Munchables isn't here. Don't tell him. Holy shit, this was a mistake. Where's Munchables to help me? Not enough points for swig. I'm drinking water, yes. They can't see me. They cannot prove I could be lying. But am I lying, chat? Am I lying? Hang on, I need another beer. I've actually just finished a full beer with this fucking... Oh my god. All right, it's empty. I'll be right back. Oh dear. You want another beer? I'm in game. Oh, I want to have a call. Yeah. I told him when I'm done. Yeah, I'm waiting for Joe to get back on the stream. I appreciate you, Jordan Corby. No, you gotta say thanks. He doesn't appreciate me. Oh my god, there's another hydrate. Hello. Sound of a can of Coke. No, they're little Taiwanese beers. Taiwan beer, honey beer. I can read Taiwan in... Oh my god, let's turn this into a Chinese stream. 大家好，我是英文LPL 哲硕，我叫 Jagger，还是你可以用我的名字Hysterics。你们很高兴认识你吗？Oh no, what that means? Do you know? 你们很好吗？今天你怎么样？啊，你好，我有鸡肉，这是鸡肉 wing。I don't know how to say wing。今天还好啊，我还不错。我们的女朋友很漂亮，她也说她也说中文，她的中文非常好。每天我听她，我觉得你非常好，你可以你可以给我中文学习吗？他说我不可以。老外中文no no 你多中文也可以你中文也可以好的，我有我的2个fuck what is it 啤酒，这是台湾啤酒啊，你听这个吗？好的，我喝水，你 use hydrate 好的，我有2个 sips. I don't know how to say sips.
I don't know either, to be honest.
Holy shit, you scared the crap out of me.
How's it going?
Good, man. We're Chinese only now. Someone called me a Lao Wai, and I'm very...
Ni hao?
I mean, I'm not.
Yi are san. I'm sure I had more words. Misha.
You and Rob like Misha. Mate, sure. It's like you should use 没关系 instead.
没关系?
Which is like the more polite. Yeah, 没关系.
Misha.
Wait, every hydrate's a beer now, by the way. Have fun.
What? How can this happen?
喝一口. Oh, 口 as in entrance, as in mouth, right?
The stream is lagging so much.
All right. It wasn't for me, though.
Check test manager.
All right. So, Joe.
Yeah, mate.
Nose? Well, let's start with eyes. Eyes is 眼睛. Is it 睛 or 睛? No, I think 眼睛 is glasses. I'm not sure what the tones are.
I don't know, mate.
一小口. I don't know. 喝一口. I forgot what that first character is. It's something 喝一口. 都可以. 好的. I forgot. Kelsey speaks a bit of Chinese.
Kelsey's in the chat. Hey, Kelsey, how's it going?
Speaking Chinese. Kelsey, I forgot you.
Kelsey, do you want to join the call and teach us some Chinese?
The glasses stream, I just want 眼睛.
Oh, here she is. Hello.
I didn't know you spoke Chinese.
Yeah, of course.
How much? How much of it do you speak?
Quite a lot. I was about
Holy
to
shit.
HSK 5.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm so unworthy.
Okay.
I don't know
Oh
that.
my god.
I don't even know what that means.
And I was interviewing some players in Chinese. HSK 5 is like
Damn.
there are 6 levels of HSK, right? And
Yep.
I'm told that HSK 6 is largely useless because it contains a lot of characters that not even native Chinese speakers know. So
Yeah, it's like that step above
So
learning a language. To be
It's
better than
like
native speakers.
HSK 5 is like black belt, and then HSK 6 is like black belt 5th Dan. It's
yeah,
like
something
unnecessary
that.
martial
Basically,
arts.
HSK 5 is like required proficiency for like working in China
Okay.
effectively.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm at like I'm at a
fluency,
HSK 2 level. That's all I know. A HSK 3, I'm not there yet. I can't read the majority of Chinese characters. So
How long did it
I'm
take you to
actually
learn?
better at
Kelsey?
reading. Speaking because
True.
my pronunciation is still awful.
Uh,
So when I was living in China, probably like 14 months total, the entire time I was taking 20 hours of Chinese a week
Holy
on
shit.
top of going to LPL and doing work for the Score and Yahoo, I guess. I was employed by both of those at the time.
Damn. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a work ethic.
Holy shit,
Lord.
that's so impressive.
That's what I
I
was
mean,
saying.
I've
So I went to
been here for 2
LPL.
years.
My motivation was like I went to LPL every weekend, right?
Mhm.
Because at the time it was mostly just weekend LPL, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I wanted to be able to interview the players in Chinese.
Mhm.
And I was able to do it because basically you just do the press conferences every week
Yeah.
at LPL. Like you guys probably know that. But
Yeah.
so I would have like one question, and then I would spend like the entire series thinking about how to phrase my one question. But I was able to actually do that, so it was fine.
Nice. That's really cool.
That's sick. Holy shit, that motivates me so much more as well.
Yeah, I'm really jealous. I want to learn Chinese now.
Yeah, it's pretty useful. So
Because I only had lessons like once a week for 2 hours, and then I'd study myself. And I feel like if you really want to learn it, like you really want to intensely learn it, you got to do it like every day or like every second day, and just have it as such a structured either class or
yeah.
like a structured environment. And I don't think I did that. I think
basically, yeah. I mean, like I just wanted to learn Chinese because I was so involved with like the Chinese League of Legends stuff. So
yeah.
I said, the only one it's gonna actually work is if I go to China. So the way I went to China was I got my visa by signing up for this course. So
Ah.
yeah, and then I just used that to go to LPL all the time.
Joe, I gotta jump out for a bit, but I'll hopefully be back a little bit later.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Catch you
I
later.
gotta
Thank you
practice
for
cast
thank
on
you
your
for
stream. That
covering,
was
mate.
great. No,
Thank you very
thank you.
much.
I'll be back later.
And Kelsey, you two don't feel obliged to stick around. It's
I don't know. I'm down. What's been going on? Looks like Rogue Warrior is super sooning our 1-1.
so I didn't see any of the second game. I had to go to a meeting, so Jake covered the second game for me. But the first game, basically Suning draft. So View is playing top lane, which means that they basically can only play Kennen every game because View doesn't have a great champion pool as far as we've witnessed because he's a jungler. But apparently they won game 2, so his Camille must be okay as well. I guess this is results based analysis here. But game number 1, at least, it was Rogue Warriors. It was Suning with like this hard engage. They had Kalista, Leona, they had Kennen top, Graves jungle, and then I forget what was mid. But up against them was like this full disengaged composition where they had an Ornn, they had a Galio, I think they had Thresh maybe, and it was just like basically and a Lillia. So it was like, oh, you want to engage on us? Well, luckily all of our ultimates are perfect for denying that exact situation. So apparently they played Shen last game, not Camille. But so game 1 felt a little bit. Suning had a big advantage in the early game and still lost. It felt a little bit and a little bit draft difference. Game 2, I'm not 100% sure.
Sure.
Game 2 apparently was 50 kills at 30 minutes.
I haven't been able to keep up because Scouting Grounds has been basically occupying any time that I'm not working on scouting stuff.
How's Scouting Grounds been?
Oh, it's been fun. Yeah, I've mostly just been doing like some one-on-ones with players because I can't, because we're letting we're having I should say, rather, our third tier coach, like our next coach, Kevin, Fallen Bandit, lead the scrims. So
nice.
Been kind of fun to watch him in action. He's
Yeah.
doing a really good job and working with players a little bit on like individual improvement stuff. So it's kind of cool.
So you're kind of obviously you're coaching players as well. Are you also kind of coaching the other coach when he comes out of the scrims, like what he did well, what he did bad, kind of thing?
Kevin does a really good job. So I don't really need to do much. So I just kind of ask him like if he's gonna go over X, and then he'll say yes or no, and it's just like kind of a small suggestion. So yeah.
Nice. That sounds good. Well, I can't say that I've had as much excitement going on. I've basically been focused on NEST, and every game has been a bit of a fiesta. It's
Yeah.
it's been something. It's been magical.
I figure if I come back into it when SG ends, then most of the really, really troll shit is over. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like once it gets to the playoffs a bit, it'll be a little bit better. But there's still, I think, 3 days. I think there's 7 days of the group stage. Or maybe no, there's 2 days left after today. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, the other 2 days only have 1 game per day. So the group stage is starting to wrap up a little bit. In fact, let me grab the standings so we can have a look before we get into the draft. Because it usually takes a little while to get into draft anyway. But yeah, meta-wise, it's been very much very similar to Worlds with a couple of differences. How are you liking
Probably
preseason, by
more
the way?
front
Are
to
you guys
back.
scrimming on preseason?
No, we're on 10-2-2. So
Would you?
for scouting grounds, I'm gonna start deep diving into the items when this week is over, because most
Yeah.
of the crunch work will be done, and then I could just focus on talking to the academy boys about what items and stuff looks cool to work on before
Uh-huh.
season starts. So
Would you rather be on preseason right now? Or I guess for judging how good a player is, you kind of want to be on a patch
yeah,
that they know, right?
I mean, since it basically the patch came out like halfway through scouting grounds or something, right? So it's not a good idea to disrupt that, I think. I think it's, yeah, like you said, it's pretty useful to just kind of get the newer players who don't know that much about what they're doing, I guess, yet, to just be playing on something they're already comfortable with, something that they've played
Yeah.
on before. Throwing them into preseason would be kind of hectic because the player who, like, the side who finds like the most abusable stuff is just gonna look the best. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
I'm with you there. So I'm just having a look at the standings right now. Oh, we are into draft actually. I think my camera's
Kaisaban.
pausing.
Okay, this is the real shit, guys.
Yeah, Kaisa's been like the priority AD carry. For some reason, I've still yet to figure out what changed. Because we're on 1019, so theoretically it's the same as Worlds, right? But it's not seemed quite the same.
I mean, Kaisa's okay, but I feel like this tournament's more front to back, more like less like focus on specific lane matchups and abusing advantages there. So Kaisa's able to do that. Also, if you have like less focus on top sides and jungle skirmishes, right? Then you're gonna be able to play kill lane spot more. So I'm kind of excited to see this difference, but
Yeah, it's been fun. So this is
probably more chill and more, everyone kills everyone.
yeah.
So
This is exactly how the draft started in game 1.
Mhm.
And I was criticizing the Ezreal here because I was thinking, that you could go for a jungler here, you could even go for a priority mid laner, but you're kind of, I don't know. I don't think Ezreal's realistically going to be that much of a contested pick, especially with Assum, who likes to play Draven.
Picking Aphelios into it. It's so weird. Like I got really annoyed watching LPL playoffs when I'd watch IG pick Kalista into Ezreal and then just like equal farm, not trade at all. Bot lane. So it's just really weird to see Aphelios into Ezreal, and I feel like that should be more like both sides kind of get a free lane, but Ezreal is going to have more mobility to poke him off of midsection.
That's what
Typically,
you'd
like
think,
you want
right?
short range all ins, right? Like if you pick Aphelios into short range all ins instead, and then look, it's Lillia who's just gonna kite him and do a lot of magic damage, and he's gonna be sad. So
Yeah.
it's whatever.
This is kind of the same deal as game 1. Game 1 they had Kalista instead of Aphelios, but it was very much like everyone just wants to run in, everyone wants to jump. Oh, it was Akali mid, that's what it was. So it was Akali, Kennen, Kalista, Leona, and Graves. So it's just like, we just want to run at you. That's what we want to do. And then Rogue Warriors is just like, okay, full disengage comp, Galio to completely deny the Kennen ult. Like, It was a really nice draft from Rogue Warriors. So Syndra now.
I'm used to the heavy melee comps from LPL. I think we already talked about that. The all you need is one ward, and then you get the perfect flank somehow.
So I want to
Uh,
ask you, what do you think about this kind of setup that Rogue Warriors have gone with, where you've got an AP jungler, an AP mid laner, and then Ornn, which is, essentially an AP top laner?
Yeah, triple AP topside. Usually, I mean, if I'm Orianna or Graves, or if you pick a tank top as well, so like people have been picking Scion just to kind of handshake the lane versus Ornn.
Mhm.
And then you just itemize MR. It's like really, really comfortable. Especially Ezreal does like a small amount of magic damage. It's like 60-40, 80.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like even Aatrox, right? You're just gonna build. You
Extreme
don't really
first item.
want. Yeah, you're just gonna build Hex Drinker or any kind of MR after your initial item and after your initial damage item, and it's pretty comfortable. Honestly, like I'm chilling, and you have Alistar, so Merc's value suddenly a little bit higher.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and against a Syndra and a Lillia as well, Merc's value is already pretty insane.
Yep. Yeah, Merc's value is pretty high. Like you have Ornn, you have a lot. Like basically, the CC is going to do like 0.1 seconds of crowd control because people are also going to take the tenacity runes, right? So it's just I feel like because of like those factors, Sunig's comp's definitely more favorable, even though Aatrox is I'm Aatrox and I look at the enemy team and it's like they have Ezreal, Syndra, Lillia. I'm not gonna be able to play the game, but the itemization is really convenient for champs like Leona, everyone
Yeah.
else on the Suning side. They don't have that much guaranteed lockdown versus Ezreal, so Ezreal can still take over the game, but yeah, I think it's tricky.
I am curious how this Aatrox is going to play out. It's been a while since I saw an Aatrox, honestly. But also, I'm curious how much these two teams are actually going to play to those win conditions and respect those win conditions, because there's been a few games. I mean, game one of this series, Suning did not. How do I say this? They didn't really care about things like lane priority, for example. Maggie was kind of just like, I kind of feel like starting Dragon right now. And then immediately the whole of Rogue Warriors is there to answer. He's like, oh, I didn't think about the enemy team. Maybe I should have considered that. So,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like, I feel like we're almost wasting our breath analyzing the draft to an extent, because it's like, how much are these players really going to play towards the draft?
I
I don't know.
think you just kind of look at like how you expect them to play, right? Which is just to phase check everything and play front to back, right?
Mhm.
So in that context, you can understand the Ornn priority, all of those factors, but front to back team fighting also, like if your crowd control becomes really important, because if you can itemize mercs and go tenacity really easily, then you're uh, much less effective, right, than the enemy team CC is going to be. So you'll have like less time for your AD to free hit.
Mhm.
There's a little bit less with Ezreal, right? But obviously that's going to be a big factor. I think when you're thinking about Aatrox and why Aatrox is not a priority pick anymore, it's just people began buying more and more, or getting more and more long range champions and drafting for that. And then Aatrox's big value was in flank scenarios. So it's similar, you could argue, to the Renekton
Yeah,
situation,
I was about to say that
right?
exact thing.
But I think Aatrox also does pretty decently in lane with Ornn. If it depends on like how they're gonna set this up. I think, in like I said, in general, playing against Lillia, Ezreal, even Alistar, Syndra seems pretty unfun for me as Aatrox. It's hard for me to get in.
Yeah.
So he can probably look to try to get a gigantic lead over Ornn inside. Eventually, Ornn's itemization is just going to make it so that he can't push Ornn out of lane. He's never going to be able to hit tower versus Ornn either. So pick doesn't seem great. I would have preferred, like I said, something a little bit tankier to complement the Aphelios. That's going to be able to frontline well. More guaranteed CC, especially against the Ezreal. So
Yeah, and I want to bring up the topic again of I feel like the way that Suning have been drafting might actually be a little bit down to, hey, View ain't a top laner. Unless View is actually role swapped, maybe he's becoming a top laner. I don't know, but obviously he was a jungler this
It's
year.
just what he's comfortable to play.
Yeah, so it's like
sure.
I played a ton of Kennen in solo queue when I've been filled. I've played a ton of Aatrox in solo queue when I've been filled. Let's just go with what I know, which I can respect that. Like, I definitely think that is the best way to approach it, because even if the champion's good, if you can't play it, you're realistically at a top level. It doesn't matter if the champion's good if you don't know how to abuse the strengths of the champion.
Based on the lane matchups, I'm expecting Maggie to have a lot of freedom in this game to kind of do what he wants.
Mhm.
So right now he's starting blue and going Gromp, so I'm a little bit disappointed. But we'll see what he does off of the initial
So what would you have liked
early
him to do?
camps. So I think that like you don't necessarily have the greatest level one, like most are 50/50s, but you could set up to get like deep vision early, right? Without getting too punished. And then make a plan based off of where you think Lillia is starting. So obviously it's very common for Lillia to start Raptors. She didn't do that, so he can kind of infer from there that she started blue, and he can look for red into top invade. Aatrox doesn't really get prio until level like 4, I would say, when he has a couple points in queue, but definitely still something where he can like do a pressure gank mid and then try to force Lillia off of her Raptors, because she's coming from her bot side. She won't have her passive stacked, right? So like she's more punishable, easy to burst, very squishy. So that kind of thing I can see happening.
Okay, but the key takeaway, I think, is that trying to abuse the fact that Lillia really can't fight you this early on in the game, and you're Graves, so you definitely can
Yeah,
fight.
and you should have like 2 effectively stronger lanes by the time, so that you're in her topside jungle. And it
Well,
looks like the matchup mid is actually going pretty well for Ori as well. This matchup isn't as straightforward as it used to be, because obviously Syndra's Qs cost a lot more mana now.
yeah.
So you're basically looking to trade really extensively as Ori and force her to use her corrupting stacks so that she's low mana. And then after that, it's like, okay, you can get push as Ori, but that usually doesn't happen until later. The fact that Ori seems to be kind of contesting prio pretty early on,
Well,
I'd have to see what exactly is happening.
we've got a ganking Lillia again, which has been a common theme
Yeah, I
for this
mean,
tournament.
of course it's LPL, so
But hey,
everything
it
about
worked.
how I'm saying the jungle matchup should go, it's not going. So okay, I'm kind of triggered by this, right? Because what happened was actually, because if they have two TPs, it's okay. But if I'm Ornn, right, in this scenario, I'm wanting to get an item, but I don't necessarily have to leave lane to do that, right? And he wasn't really low mana or anything. His health bar was like relatively fine. He had a big, gigantic blue stacked wave pushing to him, right? So that's an opportunity where he can deny kind of a lot from the Aatrox, and he basically just pushes the wave to him, resets, and then
Yeah.
comes back to lane. Which I felt like it's really unnecessary. You're not abusing the Ornn passive at all. Obviously Aatrox is going to TP, but you're forcing that TP if you hold the wave regardless, right? So if the goal is to force the TP, then it's just a lot more
Yeah.
comfortable.
And that's something that just never seems to happen in LPL. Even at top level LPL, like freezing waves is not a popular strategy. There's a lot of teams that we've got frustrated at that many times for.
But now Aatrox just gets to farm the wave under his tower. It's not in a pressure to like imagine if Aatrox, like Ornn, is holding the wave on his side of the map and Aatrox TPs to it and Lillia is still there, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be very annoyed with his life. So
Annoyed's not even a strong enough word. You could say he changes his view on how this all goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to see. I don't think BoWen is BoWen's had some hit or miss games. He's actually looked pretty good today, but or at least he looked good in game 1. I can't speak for game 2. But the first time we saw him, it was could have left something to be desired. That was really nice though from late. Or was it? Maybe it wasn't actually in hindsight. He got multiple knockups.
Yeah. But he got multiple knockups, but he's like engaging into the wave when they're so low early levels, right? So and Graves is on the side closer to the engage. In general, uh, they should do less damage because he's committing to Aphelios. I didn't check what guns he had, but especially if he has particular guns, it's not going to go well for them. I assumed they were setting up for Drake, so I was kind of like watching the map during that fight, but
yeah, I wasn't necessarily expecting Lei to just go in, but you know, Lei will do Lei things. He's an aggressive guy. He likes to fight, so I can respect it. Just goes for the flash pull. Why not?
yeah. This
It
guy's
was
been
it was
around
pretty
for
unlucky
ages.
timing as well that Mackie happened to be there already.
Lei's been around for ages. It's kind of impressive, actually. He's mostly just been on academy teams forever. So,
Oh, my computer is shitting itself.
okay, it's not me then. Got
Oh,
it.
it was just a stream, was it? Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I was worried my laptop was like crapping itself. That has happened across the tournament, so it's hard for me to tell whether it's the stream or whether it's me.
Yep.
All right, let's talk scaling a little bit here because it feels decently
Probably.
even in terms of that conversation. Obviously, there's an Ornn in the game.
Make sure I'm on the same situation you are. I think in general, I would expect the scaling factors to come down to either Ezreal like builds a lot of ED into his build and everyone is itemizing for MR and they don't have any reliable CC lockdown, and then he can take over the game like that, or everyone itemizes MR and they focus Ezreal in fights. They have no options for really dealing with Sunning outside of that. So I think that probably favors Sunning as long as they're really, really on top of targeting Ezreal in fights. So basically, if Rogue Warrior want a chance to win, it's all on ZWuJi, which I'm pretty sure they're comfortable with.
Yeah, to be honest, that has been Rogue Warriors this entire tournament so far. So
yeah.
I mean,
That's kind of
game
what
one,
I'm
he finished the
expecting.
game like 10-3 or something. So he's certainly feeling good on the Ezreal today, which is not really a pick that I think of when I think of ZWuJi, but you know,
I definitely do. I think of Ezreal, Vayne, like these types
think
of
of the
champions that
Kai'Sa.
take over fights. Like Kai'Sa for sure. Same kind of idea, right? The
Yeah,
kind of autonomous champions that can take over fights is what I think about when I think about ZWuJi.
yeah. He's definitely got the mechanics. I will say sometimes perhaps a little overconfident in some of the fights. I will say he's one of the more aggressive lane Ezreals as well. A lot of the time, you'll see him like jumping forwards pretty actively.
Those are the kind of Ezreals you want, though, man. Like
Unless it's
the kinds of players you want. It's easier to refine, rather than encourage people to take like really these types of windows, right? So
it's easier to teach people when not to go in than teach them to be aggressive. Here we go. Speaking of aggression, Lei's coming in. Oh, there's a TP as well. Assum, you're in trouble, my friend, because there's no way out of this one. Youdang's actually going to go down, though. The fact that they trade that evenly is pretty insane, or it was even for a bit. But Aatrox is still chilling. He's getting plates in this meantime.
Leona got a little bit too hypey there. I think this is like overall pretty not too unfavorable for Sunning because again I think scaling slightly favors them. So Aatrox being able to hit plates top, the fact that Ornn's not getting a whole lot out of this is pretty good for them because Aatrox has to be really accelerated to be effective in this game at all. So I think that him getting like these free plates is probably overall a better net gain for them. Especially since both ADs looks like they're pretty even still, like 2 kills. Obviously, Ezreal is going to be spiking a little bit better early on here because he's getting the Monomy and the Sheen, so he's actually really strong for dragon fights right now. But overall, like the scaling, I think is going to end up favoring Sunning a little bit more with this trade.
So, random micro question for you, and I don't know, you might not know the answer straight up to this. So, in that situation, viewers on the tower, you can see BoWen like moving up past the tier 2. View definitely has time to finish off a third tower plate there, but he opts to proxy the wave instead to guarantee the next wave will crash. But it means that he doesn't have time to finish off the third tower plate. Is there a reason specifically for
I
that?
think
Or is the plate more
theoretically,
valuable?
right. Theoretically, I think you're guaranteeing the crash. You're getting recall off coming back to lane with a really strong item spike. And then you can set up with the rift, which is what they're doing, and the
Yeah.
tower's probably going to go down anyway. So him getting the turret plate at that timing wasn't as high value as this play setup.
Yeah.
So
I never even considered the Rift Herald, so yeah.
yeah,
that does make sense. You're right.
obviously, like me talking for a long time, but that makes it seem like I'm doing kind of hindsight analysis. But that generally that idea, if you're really ahead on top lane, is something that you should think of as a consistent play, right? Getting rift
Mhm.
and taking top tower if you've already taken the first 2 plates. So
Okay, so the first 2 plates are the most valuable in terms of I found my individual lane advantage. And then beyond that, it's like more finding the advantage enough that you can force the Herald, and the rest of the plates can come with that.
well,
the
it's
Herald.
just like it's the more damage you've done to the tower, the more guaranteed it is that because the last 2 plates, the rift is always going to take the last 2. So the closer you get to the last 2,
Yeah.
and having a strong advantage if your 2v2 is winning at the time, then it's good. I think it's less straightforward whether their 2v2 is winning because obviously they're both doing 80 damage. But I think just the Aatrox advantage is pretty significant from the previous play.
Yeah, totally. Oh, this is just going to be Dragon here. Uncontested, which I'm a little surprised by, especially considering how strong WuJi is right now. I
I'm
guess they weren't really in a position
yeah.
for it.
I can't really see because they were showing like basically a lot of the top map, but it looks like
Yeah.
there was a delay in the recall from bot lane. So
Not being able to see what you want to see is a consistent theme, unfortunately.
so there was a window for them to do this, but I think in general, like if trading these drakes, right, the cloud drake is going to be less value than them getting that kill on bot lane. So the way that I like to think about these situations, right, is that we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to set up the map as if we're going to, and reset as if we're going to take an objective. But generally, that also involves like a pressure gank. And if we get the gank off, then we've used our tempo. But we'd rather have that. We'd rather have the kill and kind of the control than the dragon itself.
Yeah, I think especially with Cloud Drake, but also like
Mhm.
it's not like Drakes are necessarily going
See,
to
like
be the big win
again, they're
condition.
getting so much more off of that, right? Because they all reset together. And even though their reset was late, Suning going for that dragon play and then having to go catch their waves, sending Aatrox back top kind of to invade the jungle by himself, and then Ornn using the fact that he has a big timer from the way the wave is behaving to go back bottom. He doesn't really want to lane versus Aatrox anymore, so even if he's going to lose some creeps, if they can kind of guarantee the control that they're getting off of the jungle and then start sieging bot tower, it's a worthy trade for them because again, like if you're thinking about how these comps interact, the big win condition that they want to set up for is just Ezreal being able to free hit and be sort of a monster. And then Ornn doesn't really need much outside of, Sunfire and to be able to build Ornn items, right? So
Yeah.
I think that like that overall is going to be a much more favorable trade. Whereas Aatrox is going to go top, get red buff, probably can't do much damage to the next rift, to the next tower, and then after that they have control and tempo for like the next fight. Because Ezreal is still significantly stronger than Aphelios. So if they're ever in a group scenario right now, I think it's definitely Rogue Warrior's favorite.
I guess we'll find out. WuJi's going to ult across the map here. It's nearly a correct timing there, but this might comes down from Youdang to finish it off. So they're going to be able to get Herald. BoWen can walk away. Owo is being a little overactive this game, it has to be said. Wuming is just about going to survive this one. This has been so sad for Suning. They've been so close to multiple plays here, multiple kills, and just kited out. I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. They're just getting completely kited in the
like
front.
I wouldn't want to opt into this fight at this timer, right? So to set up to have a favorable situation, you need like a deep ward for an Aatrox TP and flank. You need the Leona to be able to get an ulti that ideally targets both Lillia and Ezreal, right? And then to not get peeled off by Alistar. So ultimately, like, she used her ulti really, really early on in the fight. No one was kind of in range to collapse at that timing. Aatrox still was able to get like a good flank angle, but he's immediately kind of CC'd and cut it off by Syndra. So in
Yeah.
general, that fight was just, and then
Uh-huh.
Ezreal comes in. There's no like real lockdown or anything to deal with him by the time he gets in, and he just
Yeah.
is very ahead right now. His
It's
items are better, and there's nothing to really kind of keep him out of the fight. So
it was so sad watching View in that fight. Like, he's trying his best, man. He wants to have an impact. He was like, I'll go towards the top of the fight, counted out, pulled back. I'll go towards the bottom of the fight, counted out, slowed down. It's like, oh
Sure.
god, he's just in the middle and can't reach anyone. Feels
yeah,
bad to play
it's
Aatrox.
pretty difficult. He hasn't built mercs yet, which is really troll in my opinion. Because especially in
Yeah.
this situation, he's not going to be able to deal with. He's definitely just not getting into the fight, right? If he has no tenacity. So it's plus like the magic damage in general. So I feel like him delaying mercs this long is pretty troll, honestly. Yeah. That's what I've got to what I've got to say there. I also think Ori kind of going tier and rushing mercs here is not even that bad. For example.
I just want to just quickly say, because this is not, I just want to make sure people have a correct expectation. This is not a cast, guys. We're just chatting about the game. We're doing this voluntarily. Nobody's getting paid for this. So, Yeezy, stop being a dick, man. Like, just stop. I timed you out earlier for being a dick. And now you're gonna flame Kelsey
Also,
while she's
Yeezy,
on because you have a different opinion to her.
I
Like,
literally never said that SN have a better
yeah,
comp. I was talking about how I think the scaling can slightly favor them if it gets to a super late game scenario and they have to lock down the Ezreal, but that's about it. You're also not taking into account the itemization stuff by saying that the tuning has no chance. So
yeah. I just wanted to. It's. I've seen it a couple of times
But
across the
it's
week where
okay.
it's like people are like, "Oh, these casters, they're not even casting properly." It's like, yeah, that's because it's not
I
a
mean,
cast.
it's
We're
fine.
just
I'm just
chilling.
chatting. Mhm.
Oh,
I
man.
do think that I did give like a pretty good answer in terms of like both teams' win conditions.
I
So
think he came in a little
that's
late, so I
fair.
think he missed the
That's fair.
conversation earlier on about the
Which is
insane
fine.
value of Merc Treads.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. I think one of the big things as well is that we
I
are
don't
getting to
mind
the
being
point where
criticized though, but yeah, it's fine.
it was more just like it's not just. It's also this
Mhm.
is just conversation. This isn't.
Yep. We're just
Um,
chilling.
but anyway, I will say, like, talks of compositions and win conditions aside, the scoreboard is starting to look really good for Rogue Warriors to the point
Yeah.
where when ZWuJi already is 6-1-3, he's almost at 3 items as we head towards 20 minutes. You get into the point then where it's like, how do you deal with that, especially when you're in this composition that can't close the gap onto ZWuJi? The thing that we said earlier was, like, if ZWuJi can take over the game, it becomes very difficult for Suning. He's already taken over the game. He's so huge right now. It's like,
I mean, for sure they need to set up to allow Aatrox to kind of get some kind of leverage in his side lane at this point, which is really difficult, especially since he's not as ahead as he would like. So like I said, at this point, you basically can't even push Ornn out of lane anyway. But then they also don't get mid prio because Ezreal doesn't give mid prio anyway in an even like Aphelios versus Ezreal situation.
oh my god.
So yeah, but if they commit to Aphelios like this, and just like frontline into him, then
Yeah.
there you go. That's the Suning win condition,
We
guys.
just had a case study on how to deal with this Ezreal. Just let him jump
Yeah.
on in and deal with himself, I guess.
This was the ZWuJi conversation we had earlier, right? So
Oh man, definitely questionable decision making. But hey, as we said, he likes to go aggressive. So there's a yin and yang to that, right? There's positives and
sure.
negatives to that kind of play style. But hey, I'd rather have a playmaker on my team personally.
So yeah, again, like Ornn is at a point where they're just kind of trading farm inside right now. Aatrox is definitely not ahead enough for it to matter.
All right, well, Baron's up. So we're now getting into the scary territory of LPL because there's not many teams that are afraid of Baron in LPL. And this is actually a really good way for, if Rogue Warriors misplay it, Baron is a way for Suning to be able to close the gap. If Rogue Warriors stack up in that pit, suddenly the range advantage that they have becomes a much smaller issue for Suning.
Yeah, so if Suning wants to set up well for this, they basically need to have better resets at this point, better vision. I think their itemization for Aphelios is okay. It's not super insane still at the 2-item difference. Again, like I think that this matchup is pretty Ezreal favored in general, so I was sort of surprised that they went with Aphelios into Ezreal. And then,
Yeah.
of course, Ezreal having an advantage. Most of their damage compared to Rogue Warrior being AD based, and then him having already completed the IBGs becomes a really kind of tricky situation for Sunny to do anything.
All right. Well, this is I mentioned that if Rogue Warriors go in the pit, it can be a difficulty for them. They don't need to. They can just do this.
Yeah,
Play at
they
range,
can-
just keep them out.
So yeah, if they have a kind of poke like this with Lillia Ezreal, they basically want to
Oh my
have
god.
control of the area. Both teams want to have control of the area first, right?
Oh, it's doomed.
Yeah, this is
It's so
over.
doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be the end of the game, honestly. I don't think they'll end right now, but that might have been the last hope for Suning. And I mean, as you rightly said, because Rogue Warriors could set up first, there's just no way to face check into this. You can't deal with the poke on the way in.
No. Again, they needed the Aatrox pick was really weird, and the Aphelios pick was very strange, but in general, they need to always save their CC for Ezreal to have a chance. And if they can't even get it, pretty doomed. So Leona's positioning here was kind of awkward because she was split off from Aphelios too much. So ideally, she wants to be sort of in front of him, taking a lot of the poke damage, plus looking for a way in to CC Ezreal.
Mhm.
If Ezreal uses E, like preemptively, then that's a way that they can win a fight, right? Also, Ocean Soul, really useful, against poke ops.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty convenient.
So that's a small thing that they can look for.
Yeah.
But they ideally with the position Rogue Warriors are in, they shouldn't necessarily be able to set up. But thank God, Aatrox now has Death Stance and Merc Treads.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot better now.
Can survive a little bit, but we got to see once again, like View just trying to get near the fight there with the Lillia sleep, with Alistar going in, with ZWuJi just poking him down. BoWen ults him from long range. It's like the guy can't catch a break. The Merc Treads will definitely help, but even with those, it still feels difficult. But on top of that, compounding all of the advantages that Rogue Warriors had, they've now got Baron with a composition that's just fantastic for sieging. They have so much poke. They have so much ability to just sit around these towers and let the minions do the work for them.
Yep. So talking about Baron setups, probably this is a situation where they're just gonna play 2 lanes.
Yeah. And you can sit BoWen there with Ezreal as well, so if anything ever happens, you can always just ult. Oh no, the shockwave!
That was a little bit of an ambitious ult from BoWen in my perspective, but I understand that he feels like really stressed, right? He saw Ezreal on midsection, so he saw this being like one of his only chances for a pick. But again, like every time I've seen him use a Leona ulti this game, he's just had 0 follow-up, right? So
well, there was like
unlucky.
there was an attempted follow-up from Forse, but didn't really quite hit the target. You could say it was a little overforced. I'm just going to see how many player name puns I can squeeze into this cast at this point.
Oh, sounds good. I'm a big fan.
Well, But yeah, they can probably just waltz this one in now. Don't really. I'm struggling to think of ways in which Suning come back without ZWuJi just literally jumping underneath the Nexus
Yeah,
towers.
he has to int at this point for sure.
So what's our second series today? I don't remember.
It's
EDG,
Estar,
I
right?
think?
Estar EG.
Yeah. That actually could be a good
Yeah.
series. That could be a really good series.
That could be a fun time for sure. Ugh.
How's
We-
off season been?
Just normal stuff, right?
It's not really been off
Scouting.
season for you, right?
Yeah. I think we do a lot of scouting work
Yeah.
on 100 Thieves in particular. Just a lot of extra kind of stuff that I think some teams don't do. And a lot of it is just the necessity to get on top of this stuff, right? Because our rosters haven't necessarily gone exceedingly well the past couple years in LCS.
How's it been working with 100 Thieves, by the way? Are you still enjoying working with the org? Like,
Yeah.
when did you join
I
100
like-
Thieves? Was it last year or the year before?
It was, I guess it depends on what you count as last year, but I joined for the 2019 season, right? So that's a good way
You
to.
usually just go on the number.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm still thinking that this year is 2020. So last year I was thinking was 2019.
Yeah. But even then, it's like I could have joined at the end of last year, right? So
That's true,
very
I
difficult
guess.
to say.
That's true. But yeah, so this is like 2 completed years with 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
Right?
2 completed seasons.
Nice.
I joined about this time in 2019, so yeah.
Are you still liking the org? Like not just from like who you're working with directly, but like do you feel like I mean I don't want to like grill
So
you.
far
I'm not
I've
trying to...
been given a lot of freedom to implement projects I want on the development side. Hopefully that continues to be the case. So
yeah. Nice. I think that's one of the biggest, certainly in coaching, one of the biggest complaints I've heard about orgs is lack of freedom and like upper management overruling coach decisions and things like this. So as long as those kind of issues aren't inherent, then I feel like you're already onto a winner at that point. So Suning now, they're kind of just locked out of the map.
I think on top of basically what we've talked about in terms of compositional difficulties and the way they're taking fights, I think Rogue Warrior's decision making has just in general been better so far, which is really surprising, right? We talked a little bit about the kind of late reset on Dragon, but still looking at the opportunity to force around the jungle control. And then Suning obviously taking that Rift Herald fight, which was never going to work out well for them. So I think I'm actually just kind of still impressed that Rogue Warrior continue to be, obviously they're have a pretty significant lead, so if they weren't continuing to maintain tempo. But I don't see as many lazy resets this game as I've come to expect from like lower tier LPL teams, right? So, kind of enjoying like what Rogue Warriors is putting forward today in general.
Yeah, I am as well. I think Rogue Warriors have been. I never thought I would say this out loud. Rogue Warriors have been one of the more impressive teams in the tournament. I have to say, like, they seem like more tempered and controlled than like when we were talking about Rogue Warriors during LPL. It was like they thrive in the chaos. It was like Harrow in the jungle that was just making things completely crazy every single game. It felt like it was always me and Lyric casting them, and it would always just be an absolutely insane series.
Obviously, they're mostly kind of going against LDL teams, right?
Yeah.
With, I would say, a good part of their roster intact. So, also some of the players from their previous, like initial roster from a season ago, are returning here, right? That they've had in their academy team.
Yeah.
So
I just want to
probably more coordination and time playing at a higher level.
Yeah, that's true. I just want to shout out Forse for the 16th missed ulti in a row. It's honestly becoming impressive at this point because that was a fairly static team fight. He still didn't
mean,
manage
yes.
to get anyone.
Aside from team play, I would also say Suning's players have just been playing.
It's been something.
Owo has tried to engage when the rest of his team is in Africa. You just taking the most straightforward routes into the fights possible and being very surprised when people CC him when he doesn't have mercs yet.
What do you mean they're kiting me? That's not allowed. I hadn't factored this into the equation at all.
Oh,
God. Yeah.
Orianna has yet to have a truly impactful shockwave, I would say.
This is what I was talking about earlier. You know, when we were like trying to set up win conditions, and I was like, well, in this tournament,
yeah.
win conditions haven't really been how it works. These fights have felt like that to me, where it's like there are ways for Suning to win this game. Are they aware of them? I'm not so sure.
To the point where, Ezreal just is magically at 6 kills early on in the game because
Just because.
yeah, they're getting forced on. I mean, I see a 1-2 or an Ezreal in draft, and I'm just really curious as to what the thought process is after that, because it's really easy to pick strong lanes and kind of choke out that sort of team composition. We talked about early on how Maggie had a lot of options from level 1 that weren't really to plan out his path better, which weren't really taken well.
Yeah. Oh, Forse actually hit 2 people with his ult there. Bravo.
Oh, okay.
We see improvement.
Well, I mean, he hit 2 people, but it was still not an impactful ult, unfortunately. I think he hit 1 in the Herald fight too, so.
All right, well, that's 3 total across the game, which...
Nice.
Yeah, big thumbs up from ZWuJi.
We say nice as Suning get wiped. Yeah. Whatever.
It's not been a good tournament so far when this is considered an improvement. And I'm a Suning fan. But hey, you know what? You can't win them all.
This is me in the morning. I've got I woke up really, really early. I've got my coffee and I don't have any booze for it. So
isn't it like just 3 a.m. there?
The way it is. It's 4 for me right now.
Oh
God. I'm visiting family. I'm not in California right now. So
okay. Why are you awake? I appreciate you being awake, but why are you awake at 4 a.m.?
My schedule is still like half on the world schedule, honestly, I will say.
Right, okay.
So where I go to bed early, and I think Scattergrass has helped with that a little bit because I'm forced to stay up later.
Yeah.
But
you're still kind of in the
I'm in the zone here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are the teams playing the B teams for this tournament? Pretty much. Not all of them. And it's not like everyone's bringing an LDL team to the tournament. It's like mix and matching to an extent. So some of the LPL players are in. But like IG, for example, they have their bot lane. But then the rest of the team is IG Youth, basically.
Yeah.
So it depends on the different teams. Like each one is approaching the tournament differently. But I don't think there's any team that's bringing their full LPL roster, unless I am just having a brain fart. But also there are some of the teams that we still don't know the LPL rosters.
I think a lot of the restrictions on this is that most of the imports are not in China right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're chilling at home, taking some time off. So
yeah,
that this will be an all Chinese tournament. It's my understanding.
Delicious, spicy Korean instant noodles.
Yep, exactly.
My goodness, have you ever had the black one?
Yes.
Oh my
very
lord,
delicious.
it's insane. It's so spicy. It's like just pain. It doesn't taste of anything except pain.
When COVID hit and there was a possibility that the grocery stores would shut down, that's what I ordered.
What? Lyric is the same. Lyric absolutely adores the black one. I really like the red one. I like spicy food, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
But the black noodles, the black Korean noodles, that was just...
It was funny because I'm actually roommates with Sunday, and he did the same thing.
Oh, just got the black ones?
Just got the noodles, yeah.
Oh my god. You guys are insane.
It's funny. Just coincidentally.
Yeah, Yeah, I lived a lot of this year on instant noodles. I think I got through like a month and a half of having instant noodles almost exclusively at home. And beyond a month and a half, I needed more than just instant noodles. But I've become like I'm like a gourmet instant noodle guy now. Like I'll scramble an egg into it, I'll cut up a bit of sausage and throw that in, and like, you know, add some sustenance to it. But I find that you don't have any energy if you just eat noodles.
That's very true. Yep,
You kind of just
for
feel
sure.
crappy all the time.
I always like to have like another thing I do that's a peculiarity is that I buy like the dozen eggs and then I just soft boil them all in one go, and then I have them for the week or whatever. I can put them in my instant noodles, and then I usually like to fry broccoli to go with stuff as well. So get some nuts, broccoli, kale, soft boiled eggs, sriracha. We're good to go. It's basically a meal right there.
I love sriracha. It's so good.
Yes.
So delicious. It's one of because some of the hot sauces are just like a lot of spice and not much flavor, but sriracha has like a nice, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe the flavor, but it's like, it adds a lot.
Like,
I prefer it to
exactly.
Tabasco. Where do you sit, sriracha or Tabasco?
Sriracha for sure. I don't like I don't know quite how to phrase it though, because it's like
You know what I mean though, right? There's like a very distinct flavor there, but
it's slightly sweet, I guess, maybe is the way to put it. Tabasco is very, actually, I'm gonna look this up now.
Someone somewhere will have described it properly. I just don't have the words.
I'm
Despite
looking up
talking for a living.
Tabasco ingredients and sriracha ingredients.
Apparently sriracha does have sugar in it, according to Big Jeff.
I would guess that it's sweeter. It's definitely sweeter for sure.
It is tasty.
Let's see.
It's like an advanced sweet chili sauce. More chili than sweet, let's be honest.
Tabasco does not have details on.
Frank's is better than both. Get out of here. Frank's is good, but it's not as good as sriracha.
Is that a British thing?
Frank's? No, it's American.
Really?
Frank's hot sauce? It's all of the like hot wings have like Frank's on, I think.
Huh.
It's like buffalo sauce, I'm pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken.
Frank's.
Correct me on this one, chat. It's Frank's buffalo? Frank's hot sauce.
That's good sauce. Yeah,
Frank's Red Hot Original. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Tabasco is just Tabasco peppers, vinegar, and salt. Really simple, apparently.
Buffalo sauce is just Frank's and melted butter. Okay, right, yeah. It's made in Missouri. I've had Frank's, but I didn't like it as much as sriracha.
Has sugar, salt, garlic, vinegar, potassium sorbate, sodium bisulfite, and xanthan gum. So there you go. More stuff.
Love a cheeky bit of xanthan gum. My favorite. It's like xanthan, then extra, and then Wrigley's.
I go out of my way to consume things with xanthan gum in them. Apparently,
how it feels to choose xanthan gum.
That's the ingredient. Yeah. That's the ingredient that people go for, right? They just like go to the grocery store, the shopping aisles. Does it have xanthan gum in it? No.
No xanthan, no purchase. Sucks. That's how I live my life. I have to say, the longer I live, the more I find the ingredients list on things less useful. Like, the more I find it less. That was a weird sentence. You get what I mean, though? Like, there's so many ingredients these days. It's just the name of a chemical. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what the fuck that does to me. And it's like, at this point, you can't really avoid them all anymore. It's like energy drinks, for example. I still don't have a fucking clue what they do to you.
Also, the older you get, the less you care about what kills you. I'm just going to throw it out there. Yeah, you're just kind of accepting that you're going to die eventually.
I'm going to die. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy this delicious can of Monster Energy Ultra. Not a sponsor.
Uh,
Hey Monster,
I
if you're watching and you want to sponsor someone, I've got a can right here.
nice.
saying.
We can't. You're free to talk about Monster Energy actually right now because we don't have a Red Bull sponsor anymore. So go for it. Enjoy. Monster is great.
Who is we? I never had a Red Bull sponsor.
100 Thieves.
Listen, I appreciate that you work for 100 Thieves, but this ain't their stream. I can talk about
I just
whatever
have
I
to
want.
be- I just have to be quiet during the Monster
Yeah,
usually, but
the
now I can
Monster
actually
sponsored
express my
segment that's not
opinion.
sponsored.
You know.
I actually have Doritos on my shelf there that are propped up against a box so that you can definitely see them on camera because the stream last night was sponsored by Doritos. And they asked me to
Nice.
go buy some Doritos to have. Originally, they wanted me to eat a Dorito on the stream, and then they changed their mind on that one. I think they felt that may have been a little too on the nose.
Doritos and Monster.
It was literally Twitch Rivals is sponsored by Doritos and Mountain Dew. Not even joking. It's beautiful. I think that's on purpose. The branding is just too superb. True gamers.
True gamers.
They asked me to buy some game fuel as well, but they don't sell it in the UK.
Oh, yeah, that stuff. That stuff's so strange to me. That's the one that's powdered, right? Or no?
I have no
Am
idea.
I wrong?
I don't think so. I think it comes in cans.
I think it used to be powdered.
You're thinking of G Fuel.
Oh, right. G Fuel.
Game Fuel is
Is
Mountain
Game
Dew.
Fuel and G Fuel different?
G
Oh, it's
Fuel
Mountain
is a
Dew?
different
Okay,
company entirely.
got it. I clearly am not up on my energy drink knowledge.
Yeah, you gotta get
So,
it. Like you focus on
yeah,
scouting
really-
grounds. I'll hold down the fort with energy drinks.
I've really got to get it together. Usually I just have coffee, you know?
Yeah.
I'm really boring. I can talk a lot about coffee though.
I like coffee a lot.
You're really done.
I am.
Have you been to Yunnan?
Yunnan, no.
In China? Yeah, that's like a coffee growing area.
Mecca.
So Yunnan beans are pretty good, pretty lit.
Okay.
That's kind of
my
one of
nan's
my
beans. What? Hang on.
my nan's bean. Why would I go to China?
Yeah, she's in Doncaster,
I
mate.
could just have-
I didn't know Doncaster was known for its coffee. Oh god. Yeah, I'm the worst person to talk about coffee with because I'm like, I love coffee. I drink coffee at least once every day, but maybe my taste buds just aren't great or something because I just don't really get it. Like, you can give me the poshest coffee in the
Sure.
world, and quite often it's like just too strong or whatever. Or you can
Have
give me
you
a
had
shitty
the
instant
poshest-
coffee that's pretty nice. I'm happy. I can taste a shit coffee, but beyond it being alright.
Have you had the poshest coffee in the world?
What, the cat poo coffee?
Oh, I have not actually had that, but have you had it? Have you
haven't.
had the poshest coffee in the world, however you define that?
I have not had the poshest coffee in the world that I am aware
Got it.
of. But I've had some posh
So-
coffees, and Dagda's a coffee snob. And,
I would say
I don't know.
next time you're in Berlin, if you don't like really deep dark roasts, right? It sounds like you don't like the really strong dark roast coffees.
Mhm.
You should go to Bonanza Coffee Roasters. So the thing that makes them
Bonanza.
special is that they only slightly roast the beans, right? So they're like lightly roasted, and then you can taste a lot of the different notes. So I
Ah.
actually really like it if you're in Berlin, which I don't know when that would be.
COVID's kind of
Yeah, ruining
kind of
everything.
ruining that for now. But remind me, I'll do a exclamation mark remind me for a year or something. Go full Reddit. Bonanza coffee. I will try and remember. I'm not gonna lie though, my memory is
Yeah,
like a sieve, so I will have forgotten that in a year's time when I'm actually able to
Yes.
go to Berlin.
Um,
But inevitably, I will go to Berlin again, so I'll try and remember.
Yeah, I mean, they're like 4 cities that esports people go to in the world, unfortunately, right?
Yeah, much.
Shanghai,
Shanghai, but well, it used to
Berlin,
be Cologne, and
Seoul.
now it's Berlin.
Yeah.
But Cologne is still
Or
kind of an
I
esports
guess
city.
League of Legends esports people specifically, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, apparently, isn't Serbia becoming an esports hub because of CS:GO now?
really,
So
I had not heard that.
I think it's Serbia. I could be mistaken on. I don't know if anyone in chat knows this, but a lot of the teams, basically because of COVID restrictions, this was the country that basically allowed people to come in. And so the teams
It's
could just get everyone a COVID test, go to this place, and set up a gaming house without
So
it
it's
being
a
restricted, etc.
Serbia. Serbia is a COVID esports hub. Okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna start
exactly.
having to define these, right?
Yeah.
Because there will be certain cities that
I
people
don't
can't go
think that it will remain beyond, but we'll see. There's
Yeah,
potential.
I'm just gonna look up the cities that are easiest to travel to for foreigners during COVID time, and then I'm just gonna call them esports hubs for the foreseeable future.
Well, the reason I said esports hub is because apparently, like, a
Mhm.
ton of the CS:GO teams have moved there during
Just
COVID
chilling in Serbia, sure.
because the all of the players can get there basically, and so many of the CS:GO teams, especially the European ones, they have players from all over the place. Like, there aren't that many teams where they're all from the same place.
I mean, and from Serbia, you can directly enter the US as well, so which is important, you know.
Yeah,
I just like the list of like countries that we allow into our borders and country citizens that we don't is really funny. It's basically like the ones that our government could think of off the top of their heads
yeah.
were the ones that got banned, and then
It's
the
like they
rest are
just
just
flipped a
like
coin
whatever.
for each country and figured it
Yeah.
out from there.
Yeah. It's like we're not gonna let those Europeans in, so just but only the ones that are in the Schengen area. So we're gonna
Yeah,
randomly omit a few countries, and then
it's it's so strange. It's the
no
same with the
China.
UK. The UK is like, we've got just random countries that we've decided we're not going to allow movement, but then the majority of countries are still allowing movement. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
What's the point in banning these? I think there's like 4 countries or something. It's like, but why? What? And then there's like 6 or 7 countries where it's like no COVID restrictions whatsoever, completely free movement. But then there's other
Yeah.
countries that have a better situation COVID-wise than those countries that you don't have free movement to. It's like, what? Who is deciding this? Who figured all of this
Yeah.
out? Doesn't
A
make
lot
any
of it
sense.
is just really strange. And I think Canada is just like completely closed, right?
Yeah,
So
Australia is as well.
yeah, there are a lot of things. And then I think South Korea is actually weirdly banning Australians for some reason right now. Like
Well, yeah,
you
but
can't go to South Korea if you're Australian for some
so
reason. I don't know the details on that.
I think the ins and outs of it, my understanding at least, is it's not just South Korea, it's a few Asian countries are basically saying, like, we will mirror your border rules. And so because Australia is not allowing anyone in, South Korea is like, if we're not allowed in Australia, you're not allowed in South Korea. Basically.
Sure, got it.
It's like the pettiest way to do COVID
Yeah.
restrictions.
So do they also not let Canadians in or what? Like what's going
I
on there?
I don't know any Canadians that have tried, but that was my
Sure.
understanding of how it works.
I'll have to look around. I know some of my players wanted to go and some they're Canadian. So I have a few Canadians right now.
Got hydrate in chat. Mmm. Delicious water.